welcome on in. I think I was actually talking a little bit too early there. How's everyone doing on this fine... What day of the week is it, guys? Monday? I think it might be Monday. I'm not gonna lie. All the days kind of just flow into one. I actually don't know what day of the week it actually is. Guys, today I've actually got whiskey. Because, why not? Right, anyway. How's everyone doing today? Oh, wait, hold on. Stream's working or no? It says there's no data. You guys can see my face, or...
Are you ready to throw another GAC?
I'm changing it up, paying for 2 of the free reviews before the donation reviews come in. Spin it twice, those 2 can have it.
You are truly amazing. Thank you so much for the $4.99, and everyone's gonna get free reviews today because of Hell Ate My Soul. You are so kind, man. Hey, Caldoff, welcome to the stream, buddy. That was really early on. Let me go ahead and load up the actual Google Sheet, and we'll go spin it and see how it goes. Or would you rather just be people already here? It's completely up to you, as you're the one who dropped the old dono there. How did everyone's GAC go, by the way, guys? Roast you? Let's hope about that one. Yeah, how did everyone's GAC go today? I'm hoping you all got wins. I lost my round. I said it in last night's stream. I was already tired. That's no excuse. But the second we started dropping battles and I started like testing a couple of counters, I knew my opponent was probably gonna do really well on banners. They actually dropped on a couple of teams though. They messaged me after. Really cool guy. I know what you meant. Don't worry about it. Spin it twice. Whoever wins. Okay, sweet. We'll do that. Yeah, my opponent messaged me. Really cool guy. They actually struggled a little bit with a couple of teams, which is really cool. For me, not for them. Alright guys, let me just get up the roster review spreadsheet. So if you want a review today, guys, you need to be filling in the pinned comment, at least for 3 reviews. Obviously, if you don't know or anything like that, become a member, you do get a review. I always encourage you guys to save your money and spend it elsewhere. But it's there as an option for anyone that wants to go that route. Alright guys, give me a second. Oh, it's actually, yeah, I've got it saved. That's perfect. Alright, so who's the last one on the list here? Barry, where's Barry? Let me go have a look here, 1 second guys. Barry's here, it's just all of these. Sweet. Alright, I've added everyone who's on the list at the moment. So I'll show you guys the list just so you can see what we're looking at for today. That's what we're looking at, guys. It's quite a big list. 2 out of 3 against Ross's least free meal. I mean, that's still good of you though. Is the song playing or not? Alright guys, give me a second. Music stopped. Fix it. Oh, now you can only hear my voice. Some of you will be loving that. Others are going to be like, Glurm, it's a nightmare. It's unfair. Alright, let's see if that fixed it. I don't know why this licensed software that I have just bugs out with the music sometimes, guys. Like, I can play the songs on, like, a couple of them I can see I can actually play, right? This one? Maybe? You gonna play? Give me a second here, guys. Oh, there we go. Alright, I think it's working now. You don't need one, as you just got one from me. Oh, yeah, I remember doing your a couple of streams ago, no? Or are you talking about off stream? Yeah, also, guys, if you are a member on the channel, don't worry, we're not going to click it just yet. If you are a member on the channel, I think it's the 2nd tier of membership, you can just put the message in the chat, and that also counts as a review as part of the whole thing. How was the game yesterday? Man, it was unreal. Cowed off, man. I had a... We was playing Leeds. Leeds are top of the league. We've been kind of hit and miss. I mean, we've been very good at home, but yeah. I felt the gods were shining down, or whatever the saying is. So I put a £20 bet on, and I won 150 quid because we won. Unreal, right? I actually, looking back, I know obviously it was very unlikely we would have won, but 7.5 odds or whatever it is, 7.5, seem a bit crazy considering we're the team in the division with the most wins at home this year. I don't know. Easy money, right? Never bet, guys. I don't normally bet like actual gambling, but I made an exception yesterday.
You just can't stop young Han, guys.
Yeah, becoming a member. Is that actually gonna put? Is that your message? Or... Oh yes, that is what I mean. Thank you so much. Yes, that now qualifies for reviews, yeah. Sweet, so you're gonna get one. Right, so Hello My Soul was kind enough to donate for 2 free reviews, guys. That's pretty awesome of them. Alright, let me re-roll the form. Yeah, there we go. There's no one in there. So let's go add you in. Guys, I timecode the streams, so if you can't see your review or if you don't get a review today, you can always come check the description, and if you see your name, I've reviewed you. Everyone gets around about 20 to 30 minutes per review, and because it's GAC season, right? If you would rather me look at your Grand Arena for the past week or two and see what we can change going into the last round, then I'm more than happy to do that as well. We don't have to just do a traditional roster review. Alright guys, I think I'm going to give it one more second, because I just saw there's a massive dip in viewers, so either you've all just disappeared, or you've all gone off to fill in the form. So I'm going to give it a second until everyone comes back. Hello, my soul is the king. 100%. Now guys, while we wait for everyone, I just went and did this on my account. I should have already done this a while ago. Not this one. It's this one. I finally went and applied this, just to make the special mission a little bit more manageable, without having to remod or anything like that. Only 6 points to Mill. Yeah, we will. But man, when we last spoke, we were so bad. I mean, it took us like 15 games, 14 games to get a win. Like that's just not normal. But man, yesterday felt so good. Seriously. Yeah, that's why I applied it. I wanted to do a TB Omicron because, especially as it's coming to the summer for me, I want to do well in TB, but I just don't have enough time to play through every single battle. So I'm trying to do a couple of TB Omicrons. So I've just done Cal. I'm debating if I do Cal lead, but the thing is I can just run Cal special with any Jedi and still get the same results. I'm very tempted to actually do Cassian's on my account. Also, that could be fun content, because it is a decent Omicron. But the only problem with Cassian is this Rogue One only. So then you have to R7 or R8 his entire team. So I'd need to do 2 more R7s. So I need to do K2. And then possibly one other. I don't know. It's a tough one. Well, no, I know I don't need Cal's lead for special mission. I meant just for general play. Because then I can do Cal's lead and hit auto. And you can't use Cal in the lead anyway, so the lead does nothing for the mission. You have to use Seer lead. You can do it without any of them, but if you have the windmill whirlwind slam Omicron, that basically gets you what you need, because it gives you it's going to give you the health recovery. It's also going to give you the stuns and everything else. So it's kind of all you need. Right, guys, I think I've given you enough time to enter all the stuff in. So let's go ahead and see who else is put in. We have one more. Sweet. Let's go roll it twice and do some reviews. Alright, who's going to be the first one? I looked at your squad. They have the potential. Yeah, I mean, we do. Count off. There you go. Count off is up to you if you want to have one or if you want to re-roll, because I know we did some stuff a few weeks ago in the server, so that's up to you. I'm more than happy to do. I mean, you won fair and square. You are the first one that rolled. Now the next one, because we're gonna roll 2, give it away. All right, sweet. We'll do 2 more rolls then. Is gonna be why is it always the same people that win? It's Alex. It can't be real. It's just RNG, isn't it? All right, we'll re-roll you, Kaldoff. So Alex has got one, and who's the other one going to be? Kaldoff's be the prince, possibly. And the next one is there we go. That's definitely one that we haven't done, so that's nice to see. I always like seeing new accounts. So we've got Alex and Nicholas. And then what we'll do is we'll do both of them. Double Walla. If you want to put your Walla code somewhere or DM it to me, we can do you as well, because obviously you did your members thing. And then we'll continue doing free ones unless people donate. It's not likely that there'll be many today, guys. Let's be real. The last few streams have been a bit crazy, but I'm not anticipating that today, so there should be lots more free ones. Don't be sad. You'll learn a lot just through watching, regardless of if it's your account or not. Because I do go into a lot of detail with the reviews. So don't panic too much. And as always, guys, if you either aren't happy with the review you got, maybe I'm tired at the end, or, you know, I just get busy and whatever, I have to go. Or if, you know, you just want general advice, you can always message me on Discord. There's no guarantee I'll reply straight away, but I do read all the DMs. Even if you think I haven't, I have. That's just me trying to get out of not reading DMs, isn't it? Alright, guys. So the first one we'll do... It doesn't really matter what order we do these in. So I'm actually going to go and start with... who was it? I'm going to go start with Nicholas's account. Because I don't remember seeing them in a stream. So it's someone new. And then, guys, if you know who they are, obviously I do have their Discord names, because you need to put that in a form. So maybe I'll DM all of you and let you know when you're done. But yeah, if you ever know someone who's not in the stream and they still get a review, because the list is quite long, please do reach out to them and get them to come have a look. Because otherwise, I'm just reviewing them for the fun of it. Alright, let's go have a look here. Give me 1 second here, guys. Sweet. So this one was posted almost 1 month ago. That's just unfortunately the problem with not doing daily roster reviews.
Are you ready to throw another GAC?
Here's one for dwylin.
Man, you're actually too kind. Thank you so much for the 199. Alright, thank you so much, man. There you go. You're happy now. You get your review. Thanks to Headache Myself, guys. Can we get some? I wish we had emotes for you, but we don't. So we can get some dank emotes. If you're a member, you know, this is your duty on the channel. Just spam dank emotes. Glurm, do you create your own video thumbnails? Yes, I create everything by scratch. I will be honest, the character portraits, I either just Google it and pick something that doesn't look like it was... so, you know, like, you have to be really careful with these sorts of things, because you don't want to be stealing from artists. So I normally go for stuff that either looks AI generated, or it's like the official Swaggo stuff, or from the films. But all the text, all the stuff, is all from in-game. If you go back like a few streams, then you'll see I've actually made them on stream before as well. But yeah, I make all the thumbnails. Some of them do take a long time to do, and it's kind of funny. All right, guys, we're gonna quickly just stall for a second, just because I was looking at this the other day. I couldn't believe it. Right, if I showed you guys some of the older thumbnails I have from when I first ever started the channel. Look at this, man. How did I ever think this was a good thumbnail? It's literally just a blurred out Towson. This one's okay-ish. This is not bad, but some of these are so bad. Like, you can't read them. The text is really weird. Like, and then you go look at the newer ones. You know, it would definitely come a long way in terms of the thumbnail creation. Like, I think my favorite thumbnail at the moment has to be this Tarkin one from the other week. That's a really cool thumbnail. I like that one. But yeah, my PC storage is just a bunch of thumbnail stuff. I mean, at the end of today's stream, we can make a thumbnail. There's no issue there. We can make a thumbnail for the next video, which is going to be the GAC Omicron breakdown. You know, I did the TW one last month. I'm going to do a GAC one. Never had a review before. Oh man, don't be embarrassed. Yeah, and you came to the right channel, man. We're gonna be spending a long time doing the reviews, so don't panic. Guys, in terms of how long today's stream might be, I reckon it's gonna be about 4 or 5 hours. Probably closer to 4. It just depends on how many glasses of whiskey I have and if I collapse from tiredness. Everyone started somewhere, Glenn. How your channel has developed shows your progress. I mean, that's true. That's true. But the glove one, man, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right, guys, let's actually start with the reviews. So the first one is gonna be Nicholas. Then we've got Alex, and then we're gonna do I want to say your name right, dwylin. I think that's how I say your name. Trust me, you can't get worse than me for Conquest. I'm in Kaiba 2, and my opponent literally messaged me and said the only reason they knew who I was because they sent their opponent my account with all the Conquest characters missing, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's Glurm." So he was like, "Wow, how are you like so high in Kaiba without like Bane, without Queen Amidala, and all of this?" So you don't have to have them to do well, but it does make it a lot easier. Yeah, 50 hours a week is quite a long time. Alright guys, let's actually get rolling. So, what did you actually put on here? Balin, Profundity, Normal Review, everything. So we'll have a look. Obviously, if you've already got everything you said you're doing, then 1, congratulations. And 2, yeah, we just kind of go from there. So we are drunk bit? No, not yet. Not yet. I don't really get drunk on whiskey. If it's like beers, yeah, it's not pretty. But when it's with whiskey, I'm only having like a couple of glasses. It's more of like a... For me, I would never drink something like whiskey or anything like that to get drunk. I just drink it because it's quite relaxing. It's just you know how you have like 1 glass max. Okay, let's have a look. So you are in Kaiba 3. Get some beers. The shop's closed, mate. I'm not gonna. There's one that's open, but I'm not going to this time of night. I'll get weird looks. They'll be like, yeah, obviously they don't call me Glurm. No one knows me as Glurm. But I mean, also the guy at the shop doesn't know me by my name either. So they'd be just like, "What are you doing, kid?" But then I'm not like, okay, I'm making this even worse because I'm not even a kid. I don't know. Does anyone even refer to someone in a shop as kid, especially as like 23, 11 o'clock? I don't even know, guys. These are questions. You want a roster review from Drunkbit? One day we'll do like a stream where every fail I'll do like a shot or something just to break down emotionally on stream, on camera. That's what you guys probably want one day. But that could also get really messy because when I fail hard, man. Like, I don't even know if I'll be able to afford enough of that. You'll be called kid till you're 50. I don't know, but I hope not. I hope not. That would suck. Alright, let's go have a look. So we are 8.8 million GP. That's really nice. Do you know what I'm going to do just to make this a little bit easier, guys? Just for my sanity. I'm actually going to go ahead and... There we go. I'm going to put the Ala code in here. Because then we can get a better or easier breakdown. Are you kidding me? Guys, it didn't work. Give me 1 more second. Oh. Give me 1 second here, guys. Put the Ala code in wrong. Can you believe that? Right. It's because I used the wrong bot. That's why. That's what I had to say. Why is that happening? There we go. Right. Let's try again. I'm hoping it doesn't put my account there because I don't want to be exposed for having a worse account. Otherwise, we're going to have to do some Photoshop live on stream, guys. That's fine. It's only theirs. No, that's my account. What? I don't want to look at my account. Oh my word, what is this? Alright guys, give me 1 second. We'll try it one more time. If it doesn't work, then we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Why would it get my account up? Oh, it's invalid Ala code. Are you kidding me? It's not. Is it because I... maybe it's because I put the spaces in between. Let's try it one more time. No, that's alt account. Okay, that's why. I don't want to do alt account. I want to do ally. There we go. Let's try this one more time. Give it 1 second, guys. We're still on our way. Glurmit here as a promise. Next. I'm gonna... please do. Self-reviews? No. Maybe one day. I've suggested it before, but people don't really like the idea of that. All right, here we go. And I do sometimes get roster reviews from other people, but I'll be honest, sometimes they're just like they can't say anything bad about Glurm, and I'm like, I actually want people to critique my roster. I don't want to go on and have a review and then have them be like, oh, Glurm, we can't say anything bad because you're a content creator. I'd rather someone just slate me hard so that I can change up my roster where needed, which is kind of what Captain Amazing did, which is why I then had them remod my roster. So that was quite fun. Okay, so this is a little bit easier to look at. In terms of the mods, we can see it's not bad. Lots of 10 plus, a decent amount of 10 to 14. I would say 25 is a bit low, especially when you consider 85 of them are up to 24-ish. Relic level seems a bit low as well. I'm interested to see who your R9s are. Datacrons, and do you know when I'm looking at Datacrons, one thing I'm always really interested by is how many rerolls you're doing. How should Stark be modded? Well, I mod him for offense and health, but I think people are modding him differently now. Because someone yesterday in the stream kept on saying to remod him to make the Ray counter easier. I don't know the new way. I just mod him the same way all the time. Right, so we have Sith Eternal, JMK, Lord Vader, Jabba, Ahsoka, Bane, Malgus, Malakos, Leviathan, No Profundity, and Exec. So what are your R9s? Right, one is Malik, one's DR, right? Because they're needed for Leviathan. Oh, Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan. Okay, that's a good R9, to be fair. Oh, health or offense primaries? Right, so I go offense primaries, but health primaries is good. If Starkid is faster than your Mara, then it becomes very easy. Oh, okay, that's what it was that you was talking about yesterday. That's good to know. This is not the... Oh, is this a free-to-play account? I don't know. They don't say on here. I mean, there's a chance it might be. It doesn't say on the review. Like on the information. But this is a good use of your R9s. I definitely think if you're going to R9 anyone that's not a requirement, Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, any of the prettier troopers are all really good choices. If you're going to go ahead and... Are they here? Oh, who here? No. When you put in for the review, there's a small section you can comment in. That's what I've been reading. It's like, so just in case you're not at the stream at the time, I still know where to look. Right, so going for these is very good. If you don't want to do, say, Master Qui-Gon, Prettier Troopers, or Darth Revan, any of those, I mean, even for me personally, I put off Leviathan for so long just because I didn't want to R9 my Darth Revan. That's kind of dumb, I know, but some people are like that. Good R9s, Lord Vader, Rey, JML. I would say they're probably the three best for R9 for GLs. Lord Vader R9 is very, very good. JML is obviously amazing because it's so much more protection increase. And Rey is very, very good R9 because of her whirlwind. It does extra damage. Oh, they should come back and find. Like I said, everything's time coded, and normally the roster review streams will get like an extra 300 views just to people checking if they've been done. Because the thing is, if I only ever did it with people who are here right this second, it would literally be like the same 5 people getting reviewed all the time. Because not everyone has the time to watch a whole stream. A lot of people will come in, put in for a review, and then just come back and see if it's done as and when, which I think is perfectly fine. Morgan has the Omicron. She's modded for health and defense. Decent speed, not good tenacity. I would change this. For sure, I would change this. You want good tenacity on... Alright, okay, this is interesting. Because we actually had a conversation about this like a month ago on the streams. Here's the thing. So... The Great Mother's team, Great Mother specifically, is increasing the max health on the team by quite a considerable amount as well. Not all Zetas and Omis on Bane, We'll have a look at that in a second. You don't need them all. You think JML, Lay, Rhea, and Lord Vebis are not Geos? I will be honest. I just don't really see a point in Leia. Like, she does most of the stuff at R7 that she's going to do at R9. Rhea would 100% say yes because her whirlwind's dealing more damage. That's literally just the main pull there. Lord Vader's amazing because he's all about mastery gain and he's all about protection and all of that, and the R9 gives you a lot of that. JML is a no-brainer because his R9 directly impacts the damage your team's doing. It goes from like 40k to like 60 to 70k on a special, so it's must-have. Leia I can see, but also like you can. I mean, I have her at R7 and I don't really struggle. She still holds. I still win on offense with her, even though I don't think I've used Leia on offense for like months. Right. So if you look at Great Mothers, they are giving max health, right? And when you look at Elsbeth, she's actually gaining max health and max protection, but the protection's actually bigger. We did the math a few months ago, like a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And we did it with health primaries, protection primaries, and then a combination. And in every situation outside of Territory War, with both of her Omicrons on Great Mothers, which you do have, so maybe you're doing it for that reason, you're better off doing protection primaries because you're getting more effective health protection in every single situation. Now, if you're in Territory Wars, we worked it out that you're actually better off doing a combination, like a split, because you're gaining additional health. And that's also taken into account that you're probably going to be putting the mark on Elsbeth, because in TW you do it slightly different, because whoever you put the Blessed on is also going to have instant defeat immunity. Or do they have that anyway? They might already have that anyway, but yeah, I'll need to double check actually, because I don't want to give the wrong information, because I literally looked at this the other day. Blessed. They already have it. Sorry guys, that's my fault. But in Territory Wars, it's sorry, my fault guys. I meant to say in Territory Wars she's immune to instant defeat immunity, so don't worry about that. But yeah, either way, apart from that last sentence that was incorrect. In Territory Wars, you're better off going for a split health protection. In Ground Arena, if you don't have these in play, obviously you won't in Ground Arena, you get more doing just protection. But I would also say you're better off doing health and defense for a tenacity primary, or even just going full on tenacity. Because the thing is, for a lot of the counters that go against this team, or even just using it on offense, your biggest fear is buff immunity. Because the second you get buff immunity, it really allows you to go kill the rest of the team. Because the rest of the team is quite squishy. They die very quick. But if you get stuck behind her, you're just screwed beyond belief. That's why you want to mod her for a bit of tenacity there. There's currently 3 people in the line. Yeah, Bane. Obviously, you've done it now, but for any of you watching, don't worry. Just do this. You don't need anything else. If you're going to do another Zeta, I'm not against doing this one, because the Zeta adds the prevention of reviving. But again, you just don't really need it. Most of your kills are coming with this, and you don't need the Grand Arena Omicron here. Obviously, they help, but you just don't need it. Personally, use bow a lot of time. That's fair. I mean, typical counters people run. So in 5v5, I've been running Trench to counter Great Mothers very consistently. In 3v3, I've just been kind of throwing anything. I don't really see them that much at the moment. But I'm planning on running Krennic going forward. Krennic Omicron. Again, the tenacity wouldn't really matter for that one. But for a lot of the other counters that many people will be using, tenacity is quite nice to have. What's the speed like on Zam? Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It just depends on if you actually use her or not, right? Because if you're not really using her, then what's the point of making her super fast? Alright, anything else? Okay, that's good to know. But I've also seen that Great Mothers can beat it, though. That's interesting. Because I've seen Great Mothers is one of the things people are using to beat it. I don't know. I'm guess I'm not running on Zelda anymore myself personally. Well, maybe I'll change my mind, but at the moment it's not on my list of things to do. You have a lot of characters low relic, like a lot of relic 3. I understand you're 8 million GP. You're not going to have crazy high relics. You have Jabba. Honestly, you do some TW Omicron, so I'd like you to see Embo. Go to sleep now. You're tired. Gonna watch the stream. That's fine. Have a good evening, Keldorf, or a good sleep, whatever you want to say. Whatever you say in Germany. I don't speak any German, so. Look, guys, look how nice the chat is here. You don't see this anywhere else. Look, someone says they're going to bed, and everyone's like, "Oh, night. See you later." Keldorf's gonna have good dreams now. He's gonna be dreaming of Hell Eat My Soul and Caleb. I don't know if it's a dream or a nightmare. Right. And what did you say you're farming? Let's go have a look again. Balin and then Profundity. Yeah, I was going to say Profundity is definitely something you're doing because I can see the relics are on the way. I honestly would just like to see some higher relics. Because, guys, I'm going to be real. If we scroll down the roster, most people do. That's a bit much information, mate. I don't know about that one. Got to keep the stream PG, right? If we look at your characters, and guys, feel free to jump in on this one. Who is not a requirement level? So we're talking journey guide or literally an event requirement level. Obviously, GLs aren't. Right, you would expect them to be R7 minimum, but there was once accounts we've seen at like R5 GLs. Like, what are they doing? I don't know. Right, Grand Inquisitor, you need him R7 for Reaver. Yeah, you need him R8. Padme, you need R8. Maul is the first one that's not. Malakos is the second. These two I'm going to count as requirement levels because you get a direct benefit from taking them there. Right, they have to be R9 to do the R9 tier. Commander Ahsoka, technically yes, but no, because now she is needing R9. Yes. It's gonna be a lot of yeses, guys. You see where I'm going with this? Basically, every character that is above R3 is there because that's the requirement for that character for a certain farm. And when I'm looking at a roster, and when I'm thinking, how do we make a roster better? And I spoke about it in today's free-to-play episode, actually. Tarkin's Rec 5. I thought he was required for something at R7. You might be right. Maybe Tarkin's the first one that's not. But also, depending on how old the account is, they might have had the Tarkin DC. Yeah, no, you need to take... Alright, so yeah, the Tarkin is one that's higher. I was gonna say that if you're gonna run the bros, you need Queen Amidala, like R7, 8, or 9, because otherwise she just dies way too easy. The second you take her relic levels up, the team becomes so much crazier. A Royal Guard's another one. So there are a couple, but the point I'm getting at here, guys, and I did speak about it in the free-to-play episode today. If you don't spend a lot of money, it's kind of in your interest to take key characters and key teams. Oh, he is our 7th Lord Vader. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are right. I forgot about that one as well. But yeah, it's kind of in your interest to take them up. Because having the higher relic levels can just change counters. So for example, right? We spoke about Bane. Quite a while ago now. And we looked at the data, and R7 versus R9 is like a 10% difference in beating Leia. 10% is a big difference, and that's just 2 relic levels. Okay, R8, R9's expensive, but you guys get the point. Now imagine you go down the ladder, and you're looking at, say, Traya. Countering her if you set on defense, or using her on offense, those relic levels make a big difference. You know, look at the likes of, say, Iden. Iden, you take her up the relic levels, one that can cause Wampa some issues regarding timeouts. Wampa can be Iden, but a well-modded high relic Iden, unless they have an equal relic Wampa, Wampa's going to time out. And the other benefit is Iden would obviously gain the bonuses for a ship, which we've spoken about a couple of times. It adds like 5-6% evasion to her ship, which is a big deal. Obviously, guys, when I'm saying this sort of stuff, don't think I'm saying you need to relic up Iden. The whole point of me having this discussion when I'm looking at accounts is for you guys to look and be like, oh, this is interesting, and then apply that to someone else. That's kind of what we're trying to do here. Because I don't like or agree with me telling you, or other content creators telling you guys, you've got to farm this character or do this or do that, because then they're just playing the game for you. I would much rather direct you, but then have you guys actually decide what you want to do. And if that means you go ahead and you R7 your Droidica or something like that, that's your decision. But you would have still used the logic that we're going through here. That's kind of what I'm trying to achieve here. But one thing I would say, this is a great account, and just bear in mind it is 8.8 million GP, right? So it's not the biggest account. It's a good account for its GP, don't get me wrong. But what I would like to see is more investment in some of these characters. Queen Amidala, take her up. Remember, guys, if there's characters you want to take up relic levels, it's ones who share stats. This can be stats by Omicrons or abilities, or it can be stats through summons. So you're talking GBA, you're talking Queen Amidala, we're talking Mon Mothma to some extent, we're talking Luthen, if you have Luthen available to you. All of these characters benefit from the higher relic levels because they're literally, their abilities and their levels dictate the level of the summon. And it does make a big difference. So for example, we'll take your Padme, right? Firstly, let's have a look at the mods, just make sure she's modded. Yeah, see, she's not even got great mods. Because defense, she's fast. But I would not go for defense on here. I don't think she's a character that's that desperate for speed that you put a rubbish primary. I would still stick with the tried and proven. But what we'll do, just as an example to show you guys what I'm talking about, I'm gonna get up your Queen Amidala, right? And we're gonna do 3 examples, okay? The first one is gonna be if she was Relic 7. The second one is going to be if she was Relic 8, and the third one is going to be if she was Relic 9, right? Just so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Because I want to show you guys a good breakdown of why Relic levels do make a difference. And remember, she's sharing the stats of the Handmaiden. The unit stats scale with the summoner stats, so whatever stat she has, her summon's going to have as well. So guys, this is at R7. So at R7, she's going to gain 7,000 health. She's not gaining any protection. In terms of everything else, she's going to gain a little bit of armor, a little bit of offense. And you can also see the ability damage is a considerable increase. She's also gaining a nice bit of crit avoidance, which is why I've spoken about it before, guys. Crit avoidance on the Queen Amidala team is really, really nice for survivability because you've already got some built in. Right, so that's R7. What would happen, and I'll keep this one open so you guys can see that in a second. What would happen if we took her to R8? Well, if we took her to R8, obvious, Queen Amidala's face, we're now almost, 11,000 on the health? And if we go down here, the armor is now a little bit better. Sorry for coughing there, guys. However, the crit avoidance is now 18%. Guys, just a reminder, at R7, it was 13%. That's a big boost for crit avoidance. And obviously the damage goes up. And if you was to R9 her, which is expensive, but if you have the R9 Poncho Bros, I would recommend it. Look at the difference, guys. From obviously where you are now, you're looking at almost 23,000 for health. You're looking at just over 10,000 for protection. You're looking at look at that, 69. Lovely. No, you're looking at 3% armor increase. Armor is a weird one because it does scale quite poorly. As you can see here, you actually get more of an armor increase with the mods and relic levels now compared to later because it just scales really weird. However, look at the damage differences, right? And look at the crit avoidance, guys. Now, if you have a crit avoidance arrow, that's 35% crit avoidance, you're now going to be sitting at a 56% crit avoidance? And that's why crit avoidance arrows are so good on Queen Amidala or high relics. But basically, the point I'm trying to show you here, guys, we'll zoom in on... I'll just flick through them all real quick. We'll zoom in on the health and protection. This is why I would say to you guys, relic levels matter, because we've got relic 7, we've got relic 8, and we've got relic 9. Obviously, relic 9 and relic 8 are going to be bigger increases, but even the relic 7 is still a considerable increase, especially when you consider that right now is 7%, it's going up to 13% on crit avoidance. It does make a difference. But that's why I always tell you guys, don't ignore the relic levels in your teams. So hopefully that's like a good demonstration of actually what the differences are. Because if you mod her crit avoidance, which is worth dropping, 10, 15 speed for, and you have her at R8, R9, you're going to be so good. And just bear in mind, guys, that she's sharing the stats, and Handmaid and Decoy is also going to have that 50 plus crit avoidance, which does screw with a lot of counters. Especially Bane. Bane actually starts to struggle when you go high crit avoidance in the whole team. Bane actually kind of struggles because he can't kill them off soon enough. And then he can sometimes fail. It's very rare, and it's more likely to happen in 5s than 3s that he fails, because you do need a certain lineup. But it can happen. That's the main thing. Yeah, so if you want to have an idea for crit avoidance characters, or characters that need it, B2 can be quite nice for crit avoidance. Magna Guard can be quite good with crit avoidance. Padme, Qui-Gon, Master Qui-Gon, Queen Amidala, Obi-Wan, all are very good with crit avoidance. At the moment, my favourite for it is Merrin. Merrin is very, very good with crit avoidance as well. Also, yeah, someone else already touched on it. If you're going to go 3 Omicrons, you should invest higher. I don't like 3 Omicron in characters, because most characters only need 1. I think there's only... I want to say 2 characters in the game that demand 3 Omicrons, but I'm actually only going to say there's 1. Because now that I've seen more and more testing and data regarding Darkside Ray, I don't think she needs the 3rd. I think she needs 1 or 2, which is the 2 uniques. I don't think you need the special. Whereas with Malakos, I think Malakos needs all 3. I'm going to be honest. I'm gonna die on this hill. I think Malakos does deserve all 3. Because lots of people ignore this one, guys. But it ramps him like crazy. So it's very nice to have. The other thing that's really nice about this one, you do actually have it, is... Actually, it's actually good I read this, because it can actually explain this. So when you're looking at a character that ramps, the wording is very important. If the ally leader slot is a dark side or light side unlit force user, Malakos gains 20% crit damage and offense stack until the end of the battle. This is another reason relic levels are important. Some of you will be under the conception, or the believe, that basically what happens is, say your starting offense is 10,000, right? That you start 10,000, you're going to gain the 20% or whatever, so you would go to, what is that, like... I'm so bad at math, guys. That's like 2,000, so you'd be at 12,000. And then the next time you use it, you would gain 20% of that. That's not how it works. If it's just a flat increase, like it says on here, you're only ever gaining the base stats. You're not gaining as it goes through. So when you're gaining, your offense is always based on your starting offense, which is why, again, the relic levels matter. Because if you take Malakos to R8, when he ramps, he's ramping that much more. If you have, let's say, R3 or R5, and you're doing this, the ramping is so minute that you probably don't see the power of the Omicron. Once you take into R8, R9, you really start to see the Omicron shine, because you're actually ramping, right? An example of a character that would do it differently, I don't know if you're going to have him. You don't. Do you have the abilities? You don't. Yeah, see, this again is who isn't? There is someone. Who is it? There's someone who has current. It has to say current in the wording. Is it in Great Mothers? There was someone I read it the other day. Great Mothers. Is it in Great Mothers? Is it here? Who is it that has it? There's someone in the game and it has current in the wording. Because I literally read it the other day. You know what? There is one example. So if you look at Lord Vader, his is a mastery gain, so slightly different. But it still works the same way. There you go. Lord Vader gains 50% of all other dark side allies' current mastery. See, ignore the stacking. The current is the important part. Because when it's current versus stacking, it means it's the mastery they have at that given time. Which is why, obviously, higher relics matter again, because their mastery's ramping as well, and he's gaining that ramped mastery. It's a bit confusing. I wish the game wasn't as confusing with how it's worded. But yeah, basically, that's why relic levels matter. That was quite a long way to basically say, take your characters up the relic levels. Yeah, anyone who's got Omicrons, I would like to see investment. I understand a lot of people did Chief Chirper just because it was one of the first Omicrons. Kind of feel sorry for you guys. Only 48 people in top 100 guild use crit avoidance. Yeah, not a lot of people do it, but it does work. Also, bear in mind a lot of people change out their mods in between sets, so people can't copy. I know there are people that use it, because I've spoken to some people. But there's also a lot of guys who change the mods like between lock-ins. So they'll lock in with their mods, change them so no one can see, and then they'll play normally. Glurmit, how long have you been in your current guild? 2 months. I joined because there's a friend of mine is in the guild. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Not just more, but most guilds will change their... Most guilds, top-end guilds, are going to be changing their mods for TW. They're going to be changing their mods for GAC. And then the really high GAC players, they also change their mods all the time, so people can't watch. So basically, they lock in, they change their mods around, and then you can't... The only time you can see what they're running is if you face them. Or if they show it. But the crit avoidance does work. It's not. I'm not saying it's super consistent. Obviously, like with anything, relic levels, RNG, all matters, but it does make a difference. So it's just up to you guys if you want to try it. It's one of those things where it's such a minute difference, and it really, you only see the crit avoidance boost for Queen Amidala teams if you take them up the relic levels, which a lot of people don't do. So, for example, we look at your Master Qui-Gon. I would not like to see this. Yeah, guys, just a quick one. We're gonna end this review shortly because we've been on this one for quite a while. How long have we been doing this review for? Yeah, we're at half an hour. So we're gonna quickly take a look at the Balaam farm and then go from there. Again, I already explained, defense has very bad returns. The more you put on, the less it's gonna return to you. You're always better off doing 1 defense set, 2 health sets. The only characters I'd run all defense on is Stormtrooper or Wookiees, because especially Zalba on a Wookiee team, because they benefit so much from that added defense. But if you look at him, you can see a crit avoidance is 21%. Now imagine, again, you put that on, it's going way higher. But for Master Qui-Gon, you want to mod him for health primaries, not protection, because he's ramping his health throughout the battle. Whenever he's doing his... Is it this one? Or it might actually be this one. Whenever he's doing this ability, he's doing damage based on his max health, and he's also going to be decoy gains 25% max health, max protection. So you do want to have him with high health rather than anything else, because it just makes the biggest difference here. So yeah. No, this is Alex's one is next. I don't think you have Balin. We already looked, didn't we, on Hot Utils? No, you don't have Balin. Do you have Thrawn? You might be ready for Balin. I think you've just missed the event, because Great Mothers is done. Oh yeah, I've already seen everyone, because you're done. Elsbeth is done. You're done, yeah. So we're ready. We're just waiting for the event. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go move on to the next account. So the next one is going to be Alex's. Guys, if you want a review today, don't panic. We're going to be streaming for a couple more hours at least. There's a form. Fill it in. and we'll be spinning the wheel after 2 more reviews, because we've got 2 more that have been paid. Well, one of them's free, but it was also paid, right? Because people pay for free reviews somehow. No, it was just Hello My Soul was being kind and donated so 2 people could get reviews guaranteed today. Let's go do Alex's review. Alex, I think we've already looked at his account a couple of times as of late. Sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles, guys, and I can't help it. You guys put in for new ones. I'm not going to block people from that, and sometimes you roll more than once. So if we have looked at you in the last month, it just won't be as detailed, maybe like 10, 15 minutes, just to make it fair for everyone else. Right. So let me just make this blank. There we go. Alex RG, fantastic. Okay, right now, working on Conquest Tunes, then I'll go for a GL. Cool. Let's go look. Oh, look at that. You came just as we do your review. You won the free spin, by the way. Hey, Concert. Welcome to the stream, man. Right. You're doing the GL Ahsoka counter with this. Just a heads up, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest. I've seen this. I've seen the video, and also someone actually, funny enough, sent me this same team, but beating Leia. And I don't think they'd seen the video that had already kind of gone viral of it beating Ahsoka. I don't really think this is worth it. That's my honest opinion, because you're breaking up too many teams. You're breaking up CLS. You're breaking up your BAM team, which is probably going to be a Bo. I'll see if you actually have her. If you don't have her, it's a bit different. You're also breaking up Dash. And also bear in mind, guys, if you have Dash and you have Sana, you can also just run... You can forget BAM altogether. You can forget these 2, and you can just basically use these or Kira. And then you can beat Leia and Gio or Sokatana without. No. I'm not having a go. I'm just saying, if you was planning on using that in 5s, I was going to say it's a little bit expensive. But then I didn't realize you're only 6 million GP. Submit a review, cool. Hopefully you get lucky and roll. That's the thing, guys. When you see... And to be fair, I do this as well when I make content. You'll see these really cool teams that beat something, you know, and do something amazing. But also, always bear in mind, in Grand Arena and Territory War, you gotta be so careful, especially if you're low GP. If you're high GP and you can, you know, you have the characters spare, whatever. No, this is a different roster. That's why I'm surprised as well. I just put in the allo code and went for the first one that came up. I don't know which account, because I know there's 2 accounts. Possibly, but maybe not. I was actually thinking of doing the Unforgivable, guys, and instead streaming TW at like 2 or 3 p.m. for like an hour or 2 on Wednesday, and then going to sleep for a couple of hours, and then streaming the GAC that evening, because I've got a bit of a tight schedule tomorrow. If I'm up and ready, I'll do it before I go to work, but we'll see how timing is, because I'll either do it before or after, but I will stream the TW as usual. Yeah, anyway, I'm not having a go about this. I saw you doing it. It's fun to test this sort of stuff. But just bear in mind you're breaking up so many teams. And when you're this GP, that is even more of a point. You can't really be affording to do that. Currently, if you're going for GL, Ahsoka took several wrecks to get off. Very nice. You have Ezra, so it's definitely worth it. Kyle Katana, I like that. Darkside Ray, she's low relic, but you're going to probably be taking her up at some point. Guys, look at the difference. This account, key characters, Luthen. I'm assuming you did this in the special mission, but it's still worth it. Geo Leia. Okay, I was about to say. I was still going to have a look anyway. There's lots of characters with good relic levels, which I am a big fan of. Also, I do like Kyle's Omicron. I think it's very strong. Never mind. What was he saying never mind about? Did I miss something? Alright, Leia's Gear 13. All of these, yeah, that's fine. Leave them for now. You got full potency. The fact you got her so fast. What mod did I just see? I just saw one. The fact you got her so fast with that is kind of funny. I'm in the same spot. I have such bad potency mods. They never drop for me. I don't know why. But then not that many characters actually need them. I would actually switch this to tenacity. I would go tenacity potency because you want more tenacity. Because it basically guarantees you'll always win the Jabba battle. Because if you don't get any of the thermals drop on Merrin, she's normally going to stay alive and you're going to be absolutely fine for the Jabba counter. And other counters as well. Got some light speed bundles in here. I think we've already seen this account because I think I remember commenting on that and you said someone gifted them to you. Am I correct in saying that? I actually don't know. Guys, my ice cube's melted. I can't be bothered to go in the kitchen and get some more. This is tragic. It's because we take too long to do the reviews, guys. How's your Darth Revan modded? Speed and health. Have you done on this account? I'm interested. Oh, you haven't done it. Right. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that before. Yeah, layers can obviously make a big difference to the account. That's just the case with basically every account doesn't have them. I guess it was a good day. Yeah, it's always a good day, man. I remember looking at your account now before. I'm just trying to make sure we... Oh, you didn't go for this one. See, I've got this one and I've got the lead. I didn't do unique. Only because this one's doing extra damage based on potency, which goes crazy. And you also get the buff immunity. After Leia, I'll go for Jabba for even better mods. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I was going to suggest that anyway. I mean, if you go for JML, if you go for Leia, if you go for Jabba, you should finish all three of them anyway. You got all three of Jedi Knight Cow's Omicrons. That's pretty cool. I do rate that. And Kyle's. I want to see you use Kyle with Jedi Knight Cow. That would be really cool. You got Jin's Omicron, that's a good one. Asajj is good. Merrin's obviously good. Leia's a bit, eh? Do you have Akbar's? No. Not really. Sana's... Okay, I want to see what you can actually beat with this in TW. I mean, you should be able to basically hit auto and kill any Lord Vader team. Especially with Sana's DC. You got Leia on me when you... Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's good to know. Yeah, if you have this, I reckon it beats Lord Vader relatively easy. I don't know what else you could do, but it's still very nice. Men of culture. Yeah, we always like seeing men of cultures here. What datacons do you have? I always love... I just know with certain people, because obviously I see you guys in the streams quite often. Yeah, it is the last week of 3v3, yeah. So make sure you lock in with the best datacrons and everything else that you possibly can. I always like seeing people who prioritize datacrons. Even at low GPs. Because this is the difference between winning and not winning, right? Also, this is a really good cron to have. I just got my one of these today as well. Although your one's considerably better than mine. Mine's kind of lame. It's got like 90% tenacity, which I don't really need. There's not really too much to say. I just don't want to... I don't want to spend too long because we looked at this... I remember looking at this account a couple weeks ago. So I don't want to spend too long. I'm just seeing if there's anything we can kind of point out. I love the fact that you're actually relicing characters high. Malgus, which one did you do? Yeah, you did the unique. You don't really need this one. Yeah, 3v3 is coming to an end. That's always nice. I do like 3v3, but at the same time, sometimes it's just nice to, you know, have it kind of finish. Give me 1 second here, guys. We'll have a look at the mods real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. How fast is your dash? 336. What's his crit chance? Yeah, that's okay. 97's fine. I don't really think you need the potency. The potency's not bad, but I don't know if you need that. Because, I'll be honest, whenever I use dash, I'm never relying on him to stun anyone. Like, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I feel like offense is better. You know 3v3 because you have horrible ships, so Finalizer, Marvin, and Executor. See, I like 3v3 because it's better for the fun and interesting counters. Because there's way more possibilities open up. Because there's a lot of teams that kind of require all the characters to be there. So, for example, you guys remember I max banned SLKR with Darkside Ray using Starkiller. That just wouldn't happen in 5s because the whole team kind of shuts it down. No, I mean, that's fair. Having no better place for the mod, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I like 3v3 because it does open up some fun and wacky counters that you can't do in 5s. Plus, in 5v5, everyone just max banners, and it's... I'll be honest, guys, I was thinking about this earlier at work. I don't want to say I dislike it, but the whole meta of just uber hyper efficiency just winds me up. Like, for me, I like taking risks and trying new things, and I understand it's a competitive game to some extent, so people will do that. But I just feel like if you're someone who likes to be a bit more creative, you're just shooting yourself in the foot when you start climbing, because people will do the hyper efficiency and there's nothing you can do. You know, like, it is more for content creation purposes than you guys playing at home, because you guys playing at home probably don't care about using Young Hunt to kill Malgus. You'll just go for the easiest route because that makes the most sense. I don't know. It's probably nothing to complain about, but hey, I was just thinking about it earlier today. Hey Justin, welcome to stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Do you know who is the fastest character lower than 300 speed? Do I know? No, I don't. I feel like we've already looked at this, but I actually don't know who it would be. Right, it's not Jedica. So I would assume it's probably going to be probably RTD2. Or maybe not. I was assuming you'd just have a really fast Wampa for some reason. Alright, well, it's Wampa then. Or is it Hermit Yoda? Yeah, it's Wampa. It's pretty cool though. Just seeing Wampa there, I assumed he would actually be she would be the 300 speed. You threw me off. Alright guys, let's go look at the next one. You're missing just 5 shards for Bane. Well, when they eventually give out those 20 shards we're being given, then you'll have them. I haven't received them on my account, so surely it's not been given out just yet. Alright, let's go ahead and do the next one. So, Double Walla, you put in earlier your code, and I've missed it. Where's it gone? I think I can find you on here. Let's go have a look. Sweet. So you're not the next one, you're the one after. The next one is going to be dwylin. If you're still here, yes, type it. Thank you for typing that one, Double Walla. Yeah, type it like Double Walla did, and then I can give you your review. Then we'll spin the wheel and we'll go from there. Alright, let's go have a look, see if there's anything in the squad arena I can quickly mess around with. Oh, you know what I was doing earlier, guys? look at this. Right, so this is Jedi Knight Cow's Cron. Now, bear in mind, this is... It's a good lineup, but... Yeah, that's about it. So, no, for those of you who haven't got the review just yet, because it's randomized, you need to go through the form. Right. Watch this one, guys. This is pretty cool. You'll see. No, he actually killed someone off. They never do that to me. Let's do this. Okay. Swap it here. Do this. And do this. Alright, cool. And then come over here. Because I did this earlier, and you actually get, surprisingly... Yeah, we've actually successfully wrecked them all. Now the only problem... Hold on. Do this. Do this. Is that going to keep us alive here? No. See, that's the only problem with this. You kind of get screwed, unfortunately. We actually have the insta-kill coming. I don't think you'd ever run this. It's just something fun to do, isn't it? Do that. Right. Who should we insta-kill? I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna go... Kaboom. Get out of here, buddy. Swap this one over here. Yeah, the Cow Cron is surprisingly amazing, guys. Like, you do so much damage. Which is really, really nice. Basic... And cool you. And we'll do the review in just a second. I'm just waiting for you guys to pass it over here. Look at Cow just... Yeah. This is not going to win. But still, it's pretty cool. I guess you could use this to two-shot if you have nothing else. But I don't know why you would do this. Maybe you don't have JML. I don't know. Why did you heal him up, buddy? So lame. And yeah, it's not gonna do anything. Anyway, I was just messing around. I think a Lord Vader team with more Malachos, DTMG, and Balin would be hilarious. Yeah, it probably would be. Alright, dwylin, you need your Alico, buddy. Actually, I can probably just get it from the I can probably take it from the spreadsheet. Just give me a second. Didn't really think about that one. Where are you? I found you. I have your Alico, so don't worry. I got it here. Sweet. Okay, Erodium 4, Mandalorian Death Sticks. That's a pretty cool stream. Stream? I was going to say pretty cool stream. No, it's a pretty cool guild name, so shout out to your guild. You typed it. No, YouTube removes it if you don't type it correctly. It's not your fault. 109.43. Alright, let's go have a look. So, what are you farming? Third Sister and C. Normal review, bit of everything. Right, 7.3 million GP. Starkiller has 2 Omicrons. They are the good ones. I saw someone the other day say this is not worth it. I disagree heavily. As someone who has applied it after a long time waiting, this is an amazing Omicron to have. Especially in the meta that is the Ezra lineup. It's just so nice having that dispel. It really is. Just the AoE dispel. Because it means you can still remove all the crit immunity on everyone, the stealth on everyone, and the taunt and everything at once. It's amazing to have. Yep. I mean, it does happen. Right. Trying to think for a second here. Alright, Ray, I would remod. I don't think speed set's the way to go. I also think... I'm very interested, actually, why you would do the basic instead of this. It's quite interesting to me. Let's go have a look at the... I'm not gonna lie, guys. I just applied all the Geo Zetas as soon as I got them, so I can't remember the exact what. For most of the GLs, I just can't remember exactly what the Zeta is and isn't, because I do them all. I don't normally debate it. I know it's not. Some of you will say it's not efficient. For me, a GL deserves all Zetas. Right. So the one you're missing is the unique. The light side allies of it. Yeah. Light side allies with inspired or damage immunity can't have their turn meter reduced. Yeah, you probably want that. I feel like that should be a thing you should do. I'm assuming you just unlocked her. Unless Kylo's... You haven't done this. Yeah, but the inspiration. You don't want them having TM removed while they're inspired. I know you're thinking, but for example, Starkiller versus Rey, especially when you start using better Rey lineups, you got to remember you've got to crit them to remove the inspiration, right? And what can happen is you send in Starkiller, you start removing their TM, and because you don't have that Zeta. Yeah, they're just going to TM loop you like crazy. Now, I understand what you're saying about when they're in damage immunity, but you also want them to remove TM? Or, no, well, not... I mean, yeah, you probably want them to not be able to remove TM while you're in damage immunity. Because then you're actually going to take the turns. In the damage immunity, I can agree with, but outside of... With Inspired, you don't want it removed. Remod to offense. Always offense. So there's two schools of thoughts for Rey. Actually, I would say there's three, but the third one is so niche, not many people actually run it. Although I do still think it can throw people off. Sometimes the niche ones work because people don't face it often, or they underestimate it. So the most common is you go offense. The second most common is you go health, right? Obviously, those two can kind of intertwine with each other, and you go for a hybrid of offense and health. And then the third one is where you go extremely bulky or extremely high offense, but you go as slow as possible. And basically, the idea of that one is more to shut down like certain counters, like Trench, for example, in TW, or to shut down Starkiller a little bit, but not too much. Basically, what you're doing is you're relying on Rey being so slow, and that when she goes into her ultimate, which she does have 30% less speed. So, for example, right, your Rey is where is she? Your Rey is 556 speed, right? Obviously, bear in mind they're going to gain extra speed, but we'll ignore that just for the purpose of this. So you're going to be at 0.7 times speed in ultimate, so she's 389. Now, let's say your Rey is like 450 speed, which is very, very slow. Your Rey's 315. And what happens in that situation is teams that gain turn meter, or teams which are just naturally fast, will loop you and loop you and loop you. And two things happen then. The first is if they haven't removed inspiration from you, you're gaining so much mastery that you just one-shot them as soon as you come out. And the second is that they just time out. So, for example, a Trench team. Trench is a very common counter to Rey in TW, including Rey Ezra and all of that. The problem with Trench has against Rey is the second you go against slower Reys, his team's too quick. Yeah, I prefer a slower Rey. I'm just saying it because some people do run super slow Reys. I don't recommend it. You can try it out. For me, I think that 490 to 500 speed, and then go for the 200k offense. 200k offense, 200k health, 12k offense is the way to go. Ideally higher on both of those, especially if you're going to take her up to R8, R9. That's like the minimum I would do. I don't like the speed set on Rey. And also this speed set can also be used on someone else. Okay. Yeah, go high offense. The low speed one is just a bit niche. Some people run it, some people don't. I ran it for a while when I had so many holds on my Ray compared to normal, because people really do underestimate how much of a difference that speed decrease actually makes to her, and how long she's actually going to stay in her ultimate for. It can kind of screw people over. The downside with that is if they're taking a team that doesn't really care about her being slow, obviously she's taking less turns, so she's not doing as much. Right. SOKR. So you haven't got press the advantage. So what this is going to do is this one is going to make him immune to taunt effects. And it's also... Now, okay, it's a bit of a weird one here, guys. So this one is going to make him immune to taunt effects. And the second is, I think it makes him immune to stagger. Or is that his other one? Let me just quickly have a quick look here. Again, I know what they do. I just never remember the exact wording. Press the advantage. Immune to stagger and can't gain taunt effects. So in terms of taunt effects, we have marked. We have death mark. We have taunt. Right. Those. I think there's a couple more I can't remember, but those are just three off the top of my head. I know you're the prioritizers. I'm just giving you the explanation because I know this is one people do skip. If you're using him defensively, then yeah, you would absolutely want this. Because otherwise Starkiller teams are going to have a field day. Because they're going to stagger you, they're going to just remove your TM. I know he's gaining stacking health when TM's reduced, but it doesn't make a difference. They're going to TM loop you and they're going to kill you in the end. Also, it would open up Reaver. I don't know if it makes Reaver harder, but then why are you using Carla to beat Reaver? So I think that's a little bit... If you're using him offensively, I can understand not using this, but I don't know. It's a weird one. Alright, anyway, let's not talk about that, because you're a Zeta start. Like we spoke about earlier, high relics do make a difference. Starkiller is one of those characters. I would say from your roster, looking at it right now, Ray, JML, Starkiller, Bed when he's up and running, all require higher relic levels. Queen Amidala as well. You only really need one Omicron on her. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm pretty sure it's Loyal Bodyguard. I'm so bad with memorizing kits specifically. Like, I know what a character does, but I can never remember the exact wording. Maybe because I just don't. As much as I play this game, guys, I don't read it like a book, like some other people do. I don't think it's Loyal Bodyguard. Which one is it? Loyal Bodyguard? No, I think it might be. Hold on. Yeah, guys, it is Loyal Bodyguard. That's the one I was talking about. If there's no Galactic Legend or Scoundrel allies in all allies of the Galactic Republic, they're immune to fear, immune to healing immunity. Let's say, yeah, that's the one you want to do. Because this one's the pre-summon. This is the one you want to do. That's going to give you the summon in the beginning to make you immune to fear, immune to heal, all the other stuff. The other ones you can kind of leave. You don't need them. Chi functions perfectly fine without them. Special is quite nice. Yeah, you don't need the lead. I knew the lead is the one you didn't need. The special, you could do it. How do you get roster review? If you fill in the form, we're going to be randomizing it. It's just the fairest way so everyone has an equal opportunity. Otherwise, you can donate, but I would always say don't do that, guys. Save your money. It's even if I don't look at your account today, you'll probably still learn enough through looking at me go through other people's accounts, because we do spend like half an hour per person. I understand some of you will be disappointed that you don't get seen, but I try my best to give detailed reviews, but also give everyone an equal opportunity. Because if I did it based on who came to the chat first, literally the first like 6 people that come would get the review, and then what's the fun in that? Right, let's carry on looking at this. So you got Swallow, Boba. Okay, Boba ignore. Don't invest in him. Just gear 12 him if you want, but don't do anything else. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. Do appreciate it, man. Swallow, definitely invest in. Omicrons, you're going to want Force Dyad, and you're going to want Obscured. This one is very, very underrated against Lord Vader and against C, which are two very common counters to Rey. This one is really good, especially with higher relic levels, because what Redeemed is doing is actually going to make it so he ignores protection. The only problem with Redeemed is if you don't have good Rey teams, General Skywalker becomes a lot easier because Ben does no damage until gas sits down. But the second gas does sit down, Ben's going to kill everyone. So it's kind of like a catch-22 situation. What else are we looking at here? You got a lot going on, if I'm completely honest. I mean, you got 2 GLs, which is good. You got Starkiller, which is good. But then there's just so much going on at once. You know, you have Gas at R2. He needs higher relic levels. You have Rose Tico. Yeah, if you're going to do Rose Omicron D Stories, that's actually a really good team. Especially with both the Omicrons in there as well. So I'd definitely recommend that. Anything else that we need to point out? I mean, GI. You have so much going on. Do you recommend Rey Basic? I recommend High Relics and Rey every day. Her Basic, it's a weird one. It's a weird one because it's one of those Zetas where 90% of the time you're not going to realize it's even there, right? If you don't know what Rey's Basic does, guys, it's going to do it where she basically deals damage a second time, okay? And most of you will not see a lot of this really come into play. However, if she starts to ramp, or if you misplay the opening to a Starkiller team versus her, which can happen with Ezra there for sure, or say you're doing TB, which some people use her in TB, this does start to make a bit of a difference. Because once she's ramped, she can just one-shot with her basic, because it's hitting twice. But I would say there's much better to do, and if you skip it, I'm not going to be, like, annoyed. It's just a really weird one. Because it isn't bad, but it is definitely luxury. I know a lot of people skip this, and like I said, for most people you can. I would say if you're someone that really, really cares about the defensive output of your Rey team, then apply it. Because in the end, winning Gax, especially higher levels, is all about those very, very small details. You know, it's a similar reason as to why people start applying Reavers of Omicrons. They are good. Do you need them? No. But it does make a bit of a difference. Next podcast episode is going to be not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. It's every other Wednesday the podcast comes out. The next one is going to be all about... actually, I think it's the one... We have 2 that we're recording. I haven't recorded them yet. One I don't want to ruin, but it's got a special guest, so I'm really excited about that one. And the other one is going to be about guilds and how to get into a good guild. And I've got some people representing different GPs to come on and have a conversation. You know, go through what they expect people to farm, what they're looking for. And I'm going to be talking to people who are early game, mid game, late game for the guilds. Because it does change and different guilds are looking for different things. And obviously the idea of that podcast episode is me and the Optimist will kind of sit down and probe them with questions so that you guys watching can actually learn what you need to do to find a good guild. Because it's very easy for me to say, oh, you can find a good guild like this or that. But when you actually hear from the mouth from those guys, and they're like, actually, we're looking for this, and we're going to be looking at your mods in this way, and we're going to be looking at, for example, some guilds will say we're looking at your GAC history, making sure you actually are competent. There's a lot in guild recruitment that just isn't widely known, and sometimes if you go into it, it's like, it sounds crazy, guys. I'm going to compare it to a job interview. You know, if you don't prepare for one, and you go into it, and they ask you a question, you're like, you don't know the answer, that can just automatically disqualify you from it. And some guilds are like that. I mean, I've gone for guilds in the past and they've been like that. They asked me a question. I was like, "Why are you asking me this?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're not coming in." I was like, "Cool. Thanks for the opportunity." Can we do mine next?
Are you ready to throw another GAC?
Could we do mine next?
Yo, thank you so much for the 199. Yeah, just post me your ally code. BB8 has a... let's go have a look. Dank arrived. Hey, Dank. Welcome in, buddy. Oh, I forgot BB8 has the... How do I... It's because it's not too... Oh, yeah, this is a really good example. That's nice. Lovely. I've been extremely picky when looking at accounts. Small details matter. Yeah. No, they absolutely do. I mean, it's common knowledge for those of you who followed the channel for a while. I used to be a guild leader, not for a massive guild, but at the time it was like a mid-tier guild. We're talking back when like 400 million was considered big. For a guild of mine was like, what, 250, 300 million? I mainly stayed in it because community is important to me. And even there, you know, someone would come to a guild and the first thing I would be looking at is mods. Because if you find someone who's an early account but has bad mods, you can pass on it. But if you find someone who's like 5, 6, 7 million GP and they have mods equal or equivalent to like 2 or 3 million GP, it's like, what's the point? This person clearly doesn't have a good understanding of the game. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but this is things people look at. Starkiller mods, let's have a look. All health. Yeah, that's good health. The offense is low. Bear in mind, if you're going to go this way, you're relying on the ultimate to do the damage, because obviously max health damaged. But yeah, that was... You guys should be looking forward to the next video. Haze, I want to agree with you, and that is partly what my farming guide was about. However, not all good guilds are TB guilds. There's some that are TW. It also depends on how you want to play the game and what modes interest you. Because there are guilds that don't care for TB, but do care for TW. Or there's guilds that care about raids and nothing else. You know, it really comes down to what you enjoy and what you want to do. So I do agree, but then also at the same time, I don't necessarily agree. It's a weird one. Because it's very, very rare, unless you're right at the top of the game, or the guild chain, that you have a guild that's the best in every single aspect of the game. Normally they're good in TW, TB, or raids, or like they're decent in all of them. You very rarely get a guild that's fully invested in all of them. Because obviously... To be fully invested in TB, you need everyone to have all the TB characters. You need some TB Omicrons potentially in there to make things easier, especially higher levels. TB Omicrons become more mandatory the higher up in TB you go. Not that you necessarily need them, but they do make a bit of a difference there. Let's go have a look at your Inquisitors. And obviously some guilds are all about TW, so you're going to need, you know, TW Omicrons, which some people just won't apply. So, you know, if you're going to try and get into a top TW guild, which I don't know the appeal of that these days, because there's no new bracket that's been made. If they made a new bracket for like 500 million plus guilds, it would be better for TW guilds. I'd say base, because after 350 right now... Yes. No, I do agree with you. I do agree with you. It just comes down to what mode you enjoy the most. Marek and Enoch. Enoch is an amazing Omicron, because he makes the Moff Gideon special mission. Is it? No, it's not a special mission. It's a combat mission, isn't it? Either way, it makes the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon mission dead easy. And the good thing about Enoch's versus anyone else is most endgame players are taking him to R9 regardless, because you're doing the assault battle, so you're always going to have the Omicron in use. I have 2 TB Omicrons on my account. I have Finn, and I have Jedi Knight Cal Special. I just applied it today. But I'm thinking by the end of this year, I'm probably going about 5 or 6. because I'm going to start going heavy on TB Omicrons just to make my life easier. I want to at least have 1 to 2 to use per zone. That's kind of my aim going forward. Got to have speed order? Yeah, so the speed order is you can either do 7th or 5th fastest. I personally prefer 7th fastest. But some people prefer 5th. Perfectly fine. GI is going to need offense mods. Because he deals... It's not him dealing damage. I mean, he is dealing true damage on the basic. If you have the Zeta. But it's actually because he's giving himself locked offense. Especially if you have him in the lead. Is it the lead or is it unique? It might actually be the unique, guys. Oh, you don't have the Zetas. That's why it's not showing up. Anyway, he gives himself a locked offense. Going into it. Bob the Builder in the chat. Well, welcome to the chat, man. Got an early start, so heading out. Well, thank you so much for coming to the stream, buddy. Do appreciate it. Yeah, I would maybe look at this a little bit different. You're gonna want all the Zetas, especially if you don't have Reaver. If you had Reaver, I wouldn't worry about the lead Zeta, but you're gonna want to have it. For now. Anything else to comment on? Because we have looked at quite a lot. We've been speaking quite a while as well. Has my Streamlabs bugged out again? How many people are in the stream? I don't know why it doesn't tell me this. Can be completely honest here, guys. Because there's so many new faces that just popped up in the stream. Yeah, Streamlabs is lying to me. There's 33 of you. It says there's 17. I was like, what? Yeah, I don't know. My Streamlabs and my YouTube both tell me different numbers. Not that it makes any difference. I'll be talking the same way if it's 2 people or 10 people. It's just part of getting used to content creation. Do you think Jabba or Leia needs health more? Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I would honestly say Jabba. The reason I would say Jabba than Leia is because if we don't have Leia here to look at. In a second, I'll pull up Leia on my account and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But there is a reason behind me saying that. Like if you had to choose between who gets the best health mods. Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. Would I consider moving to a bigger guild? It's a tough one. It's not necessarily a case of me wanting to be in a bigger guild to do anything. I like to try and be not loyal, because in the end, loyalty only ever goes so far, right? You guys will probably learn that the hard way, like I learned. Basically, the second things go wrong, they're going to go wrong and you're going to be removed or whatever, right? It happens to anyone, right? The second the guild needs to grow, they're going to find that it's going to happen. But at the same time, I don't go out of my way to look for new guilds, because I think there's kind of like a respect between you and the guild. If you're in a guild that's decent and does what you need, I don't want to go out of my way to be looking for one. Yeah, but even so, what happens when there's a new planet come out and you're not quick enough to farm it? You're going to be on the chopping block. Maybe not me because I have a big account and I'm a content creator, but I'm thinking like wider. You know, it's one of those tough ones. You kind of just always need to be thinking. But at the same time, I'm never someone who goes out of my way to say, okay, I want to go join a new guild. Because I'll be honest, I like the guild I'm in. I get along with the people out there at the moment. A lot of them watch the channel as well. So on a personal level, I'm not looking to leave. I'm pretty happy where I am. Obviously, you never know. Maybe one day in the future. maybe in the future someone offers me and there's like a reason for me to take it on. But yeah, at the moment it's not something that I'm looking into. As you progress, you need to make sure the guild joins. Yeah, that's also true. That is also true. But I'll be honest, for me personally, the guild I'm in does... don't get me wrong, I could be in a better guild, right? That's not me trying to have a go at the guild. I don't want to receive any DMs from anyone later being like, why are you saying bad things about us? That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm trying to say here is, for me at the moment, the guild does everything I need to do. The only thing that it doesn't tick is Mandalore and Zepho, but they're working towards it, and I'm happy to be part of that project. Anyway, any comment on the next raid? I don't know, everything would be speculation. I have a feeling it could be an Order 66, and I have a feeling Lord Vader could be required because he's not farmed. He's like one of the least farmed GLs to this day, so it would be quite funny if he was one of them. Can I do a critique of your roster to end the review? Of course I can. Let's go have a look at mods. This is the easiest way to critique a roster, right? It's not bad, Finn, but how's it going? Barely coming back for a month from readjusting. Yeah, I mean, it happens. The other thing I'd say, guys, is don't be one of those people who move guilds every 2 minutes, because the word will spread. And people do communicate between guilds. And more so with bigger guilds than smaller guilds, but if you're going from, say, whatever guild, insert whichever one of your choice, that's 500 million, and then you move to one that's 510, and then next week you move to one that's 520, they're going to start communicating. They're not going to be very happy with that. So you do need to kind of think about it. So much guild talk tonight, this podcast episode. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. We're recording at end of the week. Saturday is normally the recording day for us, so we're gonna record Saturday. The following Wednesday is gonna come out, and it will be detailed. You guys should enjoy it. Bob the Goat. Look at this. We've got celebrity. All right, and there's no mods ready to. I'm okay with that. I don't know if there's anything I would roast. My main thing is, again, I feel like you're just missing way too many Zetas. Datacrons need work, but you're doing some. Honestly, for you to work on would be the Ray modding, like we've already spoken about. And in terms of the characters, I would like to see you get Executor, actually. I just noticed you don't have it. That's not a roast, but that's what you need to do. You need to go and get Executor. Do you think there will ever be a Reaver Lightspeed bundle? Yes, there most likely will be, but not anytime soon. The only characters that won't get them are the Journey Guide characters themselves. So you'll never get like, GI himself, but you'll get GI's team. But one day Reaver will get one. But that's, who knows when that's going to come. Probably like another couple of years, because she's still a prominent farm. Right, let's go move on to the next count. So we have 2 more to look at. We have Michael's to look at. And we also have a double Walla who used a membership as well. I already have double Walla's code here, so we're going to look at them, and then straight after we are going to go and have a look at Michael's. But guys, if you do the super chat, just understand, like, yeah, there's still it just basically guarantees you're going to be seen. Yeah, and then we're back onto free ones. Well, technically we've already done free ones today because the first 2 were free, so we're trying our best. No problem. Sorry, it got a bit disjointed towards the end. We kind of went on a bit of a talk there. Alright. Double Walla, I think you're still watching, man. Also, you remember for 7 months, it's pretty crazy. I always love seeing people stick around as members. Right, what do you want us to look at? What does your K-back actually look like? Okay. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I was. You're right. Let me do that before we have a look here. It's not Leia's health specifically I'm looking at. I was going to show you her mastery. Yeah, it doesn't. It actually kind of goes against what I was going to say. Her mastery's health. Interesting. Is she ramping? Where is it? There's one somewhere. There's a reason why I said... Did I say Jabba? Or did I not say Jabba?
Are you ready to throw another GAC?
I am seen. Thanks for the great content.
Thank you so much for the $5, man. You truly are a legend. Did you want a review, or are you just doing that out of generosity? Because I know last time you was just being awesome. It was that you didn't even want a review. But thank you so much for the $5. I do really appreciate it. You guys are all too kind to me, seriously. The reason I wanted to have a look at Leia first was because I couldn't remember if health was in her mastery, and it's not. It's protection and crit avoidance. I would say Leia's probably more important. I don't know. Yeah, I would say Leia's more important. The reason being... literally all of her abilities are based on her health, right? Just for fun. Man, you're too kind, man. I appreciate it. Can I please give Bob a shout out? Well, there's a shout out. Yeah, no, I think I changed my mind though. Okay, I'm gonna go back on what I said. It's Jabba or Leia who needs more health? And I said originally Jabba, but then I looked in the master because I, for some reason, had in my mind that Leia had health in the mastery. But I actually think Leia's better for the high health. That's why I wanted to double check before I 100% gave you guys a... I'll be honest, it's not anything that I've ever really thought about because I think they both need health. I mean, Leia, I would say, needs speed as well. Because... especially JML versus Leia. If JML outspeeds Leia and ability blocks everyone, obviously Drogon can't be, but with the Omicron, but it still stands, the counter becomes a lot safer. So I do think speed's more important, and obviously health would then be more important than Jabba. But for some reason I thought her mastery is health. And if it was, my point was going to be that Leia gains so much more mastery than any GO in the game, that their health kind of fills itself in, but that isn't really the case, is it? Yeah, I mean, Jabba, you're benefiting because he's giving protection up. And he is also, I mean, they're both dealing max health based damage on the ultimate. That's a tough one. I guess if you have to pick one, Leia, but I'm not 100%. It's such a weird one to think about, I'll be honest. I've never really thought, who you would prioritize more. I mean, yeah, out of all the GLs, I'd say C is the most important for health. Anyway, let's go have a look at the account. Alright, so double Walla. Let me go and code this just so you guys can see this. Double Walla, 145.24. Alright, so let me go ahead and do this real quick so I remember for later. Alright, you want me to look at your GAC. Alright, that's awesome. Let's go have a look at GAC, because we haven't done that for a while. So let me go over here. Random. Yeah, we can go here. Put this one on. History. Oh, we've actually got event 2 there. So you went 0 for 3, and then you went 3 for 3. As is the matchmaking, right? Odd Leia is also better since you counter her usually target for a while. Jabba is last killed in the team. Yeah, that I would agree with as well. Why would health be most important than C? I don't care. No, it's because C needs health to stay alive in almost every single counter. And it's because it's more so to counter the teams. But basically, the thing with C is you need to have him modded in a way that you can use him against anything, right? And if you ever have to use C against JMK for whatever reason, JMK ignores protection, so having C modded for health is automatically better. That's kind of the method there. Yeah, I agree. Protection has more synergy with C because you have the recovery, but again, when Sith Eternal uses his ultimate, he loses that ability, so he doesn't have that protection recovery anymore. So I would still say the health is more important, but it is a good question. You want C to be survivable, but the health works out better than the protection does in the long run. Is Lord Vader worth it? Well, I think so, but a lot of people disagree. First week was busy, that's fine. Let's have a look at week 2. Let's have a look at one where they actually attack you. Right. Also, where are you in terms of GAC? Oh, you're in Kyber, because I just clicked on your opponent. Sweet. Okay. Starkiller versus Rey. That's good. Okay. That's a high tenacity Kron. Yeah. I mean, it's in the end, you can mod however you want, but I mean, C is one of those ones where the health is there for a reason. Sorry, guys. Right, what's your Merrin mods? Let me go have a quick look. Oh, this is your account as well. That's annoying. Lord Vader's extremely good. It's just it doesn't help that I misplayed last night, and it kind of gave people a bad example of him. How's your Merrin modded? Let's go have a look. Tenacity and potency. I think you may have just got unlucky there, you know? I think you may have just got unlucky because you had enough tenacity to live. What happened? Because even if they went straight for Merrin, you should be fine. 200k is about good. That's about where you want to be. That's why I always recommend, I don't know if you've got it, the crit avoidance. Yeah, I would change the crit avoidance. In fact, this is going to be a fun one. Guys, on your Merrin, please don't use mods like this because speed's irrelevant. It does literally nothing for her. She doesn't have speed. Yes, I know you guys will be saying, oh, but look, she has speed here. It doesn't matter, guys. It makes no difference because her speed is basically 0, right? She doesn't have speed. She just has TM gains. And it doesn't matter if it's 300 speed, 100 speed. She's just gaining a percentage of TM. Okay? So the speed is irrelevant. So I would say put this on someone else. Unfortunately, I don't think there's really anyone that would actually want this mod. There's no potency on it. It's tenacity on a potency mod. Maybe keep this one on her, as much of a waste that seems. This one, chuck this on someone else. This one, go crit avoidance. Crit avoidance is by far your best friend, Merrin. Making her immune or just be able to withstand more critical hits is very good. And also, guys, like with Queen Amidala earlier, look at... Oh, guys, sorry, I was just like hiccuping. That was awful. Take a look at Merrin. I'll actually get her up on my from my account here just to show you guys because I've got the same relic level as yours. If I took my Merrin to relic 9, obviously I wouldn't do that, but it's just to show you the example. So please do bear in mind, this is not what I would recommend. There we go. The crit avoidance would be 56%. So again, she really does benefit. She really does benefit from those higher crit avoidance on the team. All right. Anyways, what? Yeah, I would say switch to crit avoidance on her. Why are you laughing, man? What's going on? Okay. Anyway, we can carry on with that. It should work for you pretty fine, but I think you do need crit avoidance arrow. It's going to make a bit of difference. Also, get rid of the speed. And if any of you are watching this and have a Merrin modded this way, don't do it. Just save your mods. Go mod her elsewhere or in other ways. It's perfectly fine. Give me 1 second, guys. Sweet. Right. Lord Vader, that's good. Treya, that's good. On Reaver. Bane on Leia, lovely. Weird lineup. I don't know why. And actually, that makes Bane a little bit easier as well. You're out of membership? Unlucky, man. SOK on Jabba, okay. Sana with the Sanachron versus Bo. Yeah, I couldn't see this one working. I like the idea, but yeah. JML versus Bo. Maul versus Qui-Gon. Wampa versus Bosk. Yeah, I'll try and find a cheaper counter here. C versus this. Grievous failed. It was really close, really. I mean, that's good to know. I personally, I wouldn't have tried it, but I like the fact that it came close. These are all good. I would say the one thing I'm spotting is some of these teams you could have probably two-manned. Like, for example, you couldn't have really done it here. I'm wondering, these Inquisitors, surely there's a team you could have used that's just 1 or 2 characters to make it better banners. Yeah, Queen Amidala just is like that. I would have bought more ships here. I don't know why you did that. I guess for banners, personally, I wouldn't have taken that risk. Not against Leviathan. Because, yeah, you kind of screwed yourself over trying to beat that in the end. I mean, you did beat it in the end, but it took 4 attempts. There's a time to play it safe, and there's a time not to. And I would say Leviathan's one of those times I wouldn't. You never get second reinforcement ever? I guess. No, I guess that's fair. Do you not use your Yeah, okay, I take that one back. You probably don't. You probably didn't need anyone else. So I'm so used to using my Leviathan to beat it, and I have the low star, so I don't even get the thing where you destroy them. Generational fumble. It happens. Let's go have a look at your defenses. This is a weird team. Not really sure on this one, if I'm completely honest. Gas versus Tuscans, okay. This is one of those ones you could have two-manned. Or even soloed. Gas is fine for beating Tuscans. Maybe not solo, but two-man for sure. Chipnote ref on the dash. Adrad on this. Okay. Okay. Imagine actually using I haven't seen Raven's Claw in so long. JMK on JMK Mirror. Malgus on Qui-Gon. That seems like a... surely there's something... Oh, this is... Oh, hold on. This is your defenses. My apologies. I forgot I switched it. Oops. Yeah, so it's not really a waste. You're actually pulling some good teams here. I'm such an idiot sometimes, guys. I always forget I clicked the other one. Okay. Jabba. Holding to J-Mail is good. Starkiller's never going to beat it anyway. Not about the Kron. That's all. Right, Bane beat your QA. C, Mothma. Your Jabba did so much work, but why wouldn't they run Afra early on? It seems ridiculous. I don't know why they... Like, I don't understand... I guess they got rid of everyone with C, and then they tried this, but that doesn't... You would need someone else there. Your defense is pretty well for the most part, actually. Guys, give me 1 second. God, why is my Streamlabs so buggy? Let me refresh it. Okay, your defense actually did pretty well. Let's go have a look at round 2. Let's see if there's anything else we can do here. Right. So Seer Malakos on this, yeah, I think that's pretty safe to do. Bane on Queen Amidala, SOK on Balin. Gungan's okay. Yeah, this is just a trap. Don't run this one. Nisa will just wreck Wampa. Good use of Wedge. C on Malgus, okay. Night Sisters did work, that's good. JML and Kylo. You actually could have ran other teams here because there's no hugs. So, actually, in this situation, you can actually just run the Jedi Knight Revan team. You can run Jedi Knight Revan Armorer and Jedi Knight Luke. What's going to happen is Kylo's going to go for the stun on Jedi Knight Revan. Jedi Knight Revan's going to automatically almost hit Savior. That's going to give Armorer 3 stacks. You put those 3 stacks on Jedi Knight Revan, and basically the fact that he doesn't get critted means you'll win dead easy. It's such a fun counter. You can do it against any Kylo in freeze. Obviously, when there's no Hux, it's way easier because Kylo's not going to kill you. There's no chance of him killing you beforehand. And then you can save your JML for something else. Bosk versus Seer, that's a good use. Troopers, yeah, that's good use as well. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked because they're inflicting debuffs, so you can't dodge. And the debuffs are unresisted. Exact mirror. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, fleets were good. We'll take a look at one more round and then we're gonna try and see if there's anything you can change up, and then we're going to do the next review. So we have Starkiller versus Rey, JML versus JMK. Why? Okay, hold on, guys. Let me just refresh this. The way that looks is annoying me big time. Okay, I have no idea why I've just gained like 10 subs, but it's pretty crazy. I don't know if that's all because of this stream. So if you just subscribe to this stream, that's pretty cool, guys. You guys are awesome. We're on the road to 5k subs. At 5k, we're gonna R9 our Krennic. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to that one. You can definitely go cheaper here. You can actually give me this. Because there's no crew. You can run Padme, Gideon, Shakti. And most of the time you're going to go before them because the Seer teams don't have a lot of speed built into them. Bane versus Lord Vader, very nice. Troopers versus DR, that's crazy to be setting that team. Good use, good use. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Because this is the only problem. Because we're looking here and not actually at your roster. There might be some times that I miss it. Alright, we'll have a look at one more defense. And we'll see. Oh, you don't change your defenses. Okay. Can you remind me for Grand Inquisitor what mod set? Offense and health or offense and defense is what I like the most. Just don't run potency. It's completely useless. I see a lot of people do that. Just save the potency mods. Personally, at the moment, I'm liking offense defense. But honestly, the second set doesn't really do that much. You may just want the high offense on him. Let me just take a real quick look at your account here. I remember looking at your account already, so I don't want to do a full review. And we did just look at the GAC real quick. Yeah, okay. You're making good use of what you already have. Love the crons. I would actually be setting your Grievous on defense with this, because that is for sure you're going to trap a lot of people into using Wumpa. It's a guaranteed hold, because it is so anti-Wumpa, it's not even funny. Because you've got the TM removal. And you've also got the fact that Stab kind of already messes up Wumpa as it is. Alright, let's go and move on to the next one. Alright, I need the ally code for Michael. So if you're still watching, if you can post your ally code, that would be awesome. And guys, I'm going to very, very quickly have a look at my GAT history while we wait. I will be honest, I don't actually know which one's the best lineup. We can have a look. I'll probably say Magna, but I'm not 100% sure there. I want to see what my opponent used here. Bane on Ray, Kylo on Leia, Leia on JMK, JMK on Jabba, Dash on this. Yeah, that's smart. Gas on Tuskens. Bosk failed here. That's interesting. Big time. Because they'll never get contract, because there's no debuffs. Great Mother's here in the end. That's a good use of that. That came close, guys. Look at that. Wow. Starkiller on Trench. Oh, failed here. What? That's crazy. JKL Malgus. JML there. CLS failed here. Wumpa soloed this. Okay, that's a little bit disappointing. I might have to change that. I didn't realize that it would be that easy. Malgus there in the end. Trench there. Yeah, that's clean. That's clean. That's clean. Okay. And what about the round 2? And then I'm going to go back to the review, so don't worry. Let someone else go ahead of you? You don't want to... Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do your next review. But guys, we're going to spin the wheel, so someone's going to get one for free now. Bane on Leia, SOKR, that's closer though. Starkiller failed on Ray. Why would you try and... I don't understand why you would even try that. That's crazy. Treya here. JML here. Qui-Gon failed on Saw. Jedi Knight Revan failed on there. Boba failed. Wumpa failed, yeah. That Trench team's not getting beaten by that. What happened on round 1? Lord Vader on Jabba fail. Bane beat Leia. Starkiller failed. Oh wow, that's disappointing for them. JML failed. Leia won. JMK there. Reaver there. Jedi Knight Revan failed. Wow, that's a big hold for Jedi Knight Revan. My guild just finished Mandalore mission in Rote, and now we'll get an extra 200 Kyrotech each month. Do you think that will eliminate? But yes, it will. Eventually, it will eliminate it. So, congratulations on your guild getting that far. This team's looking very good, guys, to be setting. Treya, there's good. Kylo, yeah, I remember I said Kylo, didn't I? Grievous failed here. I don't know why they would do Grievous. They're just setting themselves up for a defeat there. Interesting. And I think... Did I do the Night Sisters? Where did I use Night Sisters? They're here. I want to see what the odds are now. It's actually getting higher, guys. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? Yeah, there's now some people actually winning this. There's me. There's me again. 10% is interesting. Because that was as low as 3%. Okay, it's only from 61 battles. But it's interesting. 8% is a coin flip I'm willing to take. Anyways, let's go back to the reviews. So let's go spin the wheel for someone. Someone lucky is about to get a review, guys. So let's add everyone in who's not already got one. Who was the last person to get added? Kex, where are you, buddy? All right, all of these need to be added. Nah, don't worry. It's fine. You're the one who paid for the review, man. You can have it whenever you want. Nickzeller. Sweet. Okay, let's go give you a review. Also, I'm well aware, guys, that we do spend a long time doing reviews, but I would rather go more in detail than, you know, rush through them. The stream's probably going to be about another hour to hour and a half, because I'm getting quite tired. I have to be up early in the morning. We'll try and fit in as many people as possible. Right, what are we looking at here? Where is nickzeller? Look at my mods. Ooh, interesting. Okay. You set my dash on Chewy on defense with the dash con and got hold against SOKR. That's crazy. How does that even happen? I'm hoping they didn't have Hux. It's the only way I can see that working. That's ridiculous. Wow. That's it's pretty fun. Not gonna lie there. That is pretty fun. Right, we have Ahsoka unlocked. So since you put in for it, she is now there. She's very fast. Okay, they must have had the worst mod. I don't know. I don't know how you can lose that. I genuinely don't understand. The only way they could lose that is if they didn't stun Dash, and then Dash just kept on taking bonus turns. Maybe? It's still pretty crazy, though. Right, so you have Geo Ahsoka. Nice one there. So we can't actually look at what you wanted us to look at. Well, we can. We can look at mods. Alright, let's play a game here, guys. We haven't done this in a while. Where does the 300 speed start? Now, this one's actually a bit of a funny one, because there's some characters who need speed that look like they wouldn't have speed, but when you see an account this big, and there's always a chance that the 300 speed starts all the way down here. There is a potential for that. But where do you guys think it starts? I think this is one of those weird ones where it's either going to be very good mods or very subpar mods. I don't think it's going to be in between. Interesting Gideon's this low. General Hera. Interesting. That's very low down. Bo Mandalore. Right. Where is the Tusken Chieftain? That's what I'm looking for. Because normally for me, Tusken Chieftain is the indicator of where it starts. Tusken Warrior? Where is Tusken? Guys, am I blind? Where's Tusken Chieftain? Okay, Tusken Chieftain's here. Okay. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Tusken Chieftain's so fast base speed that normally, I mean, if you get 9 or 10 speed per mod, you're going to have him 300 speed. Let's just check him first. Alright, yeah, he's very fast. If he's up there, then that's probably why. But normally, if you see him like down here, that's where it starts, because he's so naturally fast. Though it is a good sign. So we know he's 346. We revealed that. So we know all of these are 340 or higher. Alright, let's go to General Syndulla. I don't think this is going to be it. It's close. It's close though. You're sticking with Bo? Let's go have a look at Bo. Wait, why be Bo? She's 286, but that's still good mods. So we know it's not here. I reckon it could even be Jedi Cow, you know. No, okay. What about Morgan? How fast is she? No, it's not Morgan. Scout Trooper? Alright, so... It's not bad. We're looking at around about Starkiller-ish? No, it's not... Okay, it's not Starkiller, it's the one just before that. So it's going to be Ben Solo. Yeah, Ben Solo is the 300. When's the next free-to-play live stream? I haven't got one planned because I put out a poll and you guys didn't seem too interested in free-to-play live streams. I mean, we can do one. Maybe this week, possibly next week. It just depends, really. I'm not against doing one. But yeah, I put out the poll and everyone said they wanted videos and not... No, don't bribe me. Don't bribe me. But we will probably do one if you want to see one. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think the benefit of me doing a stream rather than a video is I can answer questions, which I can't really do on the videos. Also, I know today's video is a little bit different. I explained it in today's video why it's different. Free-to-play is coming along really well, though. Soon we'll be able to do Grand Arena. It's up to you guys if you want to see the Grand Arenas on stream. It's going to be very boring for the first couple of months. There'll be nothing to do. We'll just log in, do our attacks, exit, lose. It's just going to be like that for a couple of months, unfortunately. Alright, let's take a look at individual characters. Yeah, this is not good. I don't rate this at all. Tenacity, for me, tenacity, especially, where are you in Kaiba? If you're K2, you need tenacity. Oh, I've enjoyed it as well. You just found my free-to-play vids, just getting a sub, enjoying the content so far. Oh, thank you so much, man. Do appreciate it. Yeah, the free-to-play episode should come out every Friday. It's just this last week, I work at an airport, and when it's like holiday season or summer season, it's busy. So I kind of was unprepared for the videos this week, unfortunately, which meant that it didn't come out when it should have done, but there will be a video this Friday. The free-to-play is coming on pretty well. We're actually on track to get the first relic within the next couple of weeks, actually, which would be really fun. Especially if it's who I think it will be, which there's potential there, guys. There's potential. I don't want to ruin it too much. Yeah, Chrysanthemum needs remodding 100%. I'm not even guys, if you're not in like Kaiba where people rely on off metas, I wouldn't worry too much, but when the main counter is Night Sisters and you have like no tenacity on Chrysanthemum, or when Lord Vader's the other main counter and you have no tenacity on Chrysanthemum, it just becomes a nightmare defensively for you, not for them. Master Qui-Gon. Again, yeah. You really do lose a lot when you don't have health on him. It makes such a big difference. I would remod him. Savage R8's nice. Saw. Yeah, he looks good. Alright, you on protection. Crit avoidance is nice, I do rate that. Just bear in mind, if you don't have good tenacity or good speed, you can be shut down pretty easily with these. You're back? Well, welcome back. Luthen's fine. Let's have a look at your Night System modding. Ah, it's alright. Don't worry about it. It's more just... I don't mind people messing around. and neither do the mods. It's more just, especially when it's review streams, it's very difficult for me to keep up with the chat. Like, you can mess around and have fun, and I'm not gonna police you on anything like that. But it's just, sometimes it can be a bit difficult for me to keep up with what people are saying. Go all on defense with Tenacity Cross. Nice, just to get so much points as your 1,000 lead adventures. Kron, Marinacci has, yeah. Well, I mean, yes. It was more so for Lord Vader and Trench rather than Night Sisters. I probably worded that wrong. I mean, the Tenacity does still counter it to some degree. Night Sisters do get a lot of potency, you're correct. I would still go Tenacity. I don't know why that message didn't actually send. I just read it through the stream chat. You're lucky I was paying attention. I still don't like this. Ah, yeah, there we go. Right, you can I know you're a very knowledgeable player, so you can correct me if I'm wrong here. I know there's the tenacity and the potency thresholds. I just don't know how they scale with ever since Datacrons. I just never really looked. I know like before Datacrons there was like numbers you could reach, and then basically after that number it wouldn't make a difference. I don't know with Datacrons, because say you have Chrysanthemum at, I don't know, 180% tenacity, and then you put on a 80% tenacity Cron. I don't know how much that is going to impact Night Sisters, right? For example. But yeah, it's more so for Lord Vader. That was my fault on the explanation there. If you have high tenacity, it shuts down Lord Vader. If you have high tenacity, yeah, it can do stuff. But yeah, Night Sisters is just Night Sisters, isn't it? But I do appreciate you always jumping in. You've said some really interesting things over the last couple of weeks. I do appreciate you coming along. And guys, I just want to be very clear. I'm not the greatest player to play this game by a long stretch. There's loads of people better than me. So if there's something that I say and you disagree with it, and you can like validate why, I'm more than happy to sit back and say, you know what, this is a better way to do it. Because I like to use my platform to help you guys, and sometimes you guys help me, and then as a result I'm helping everyone else, right? Because I sometimes I'll watch streams, videos, whatever, and people are very like, you have to do it this way or no way, when in the reality is that sometimes there's a middle ground. And I'm well aware there's some people that are just ridiculously good at this game. And also, I'm also a believer, just in general, when it comes to streaming, content creation, whatever. There are a lot of people that just don't have... I want to say the skills, but I also don't want to be disrespectful by saying that. But obviously, there is a skill to content creation, which is mainly communication skills, right? Like, if you're a good speaker, or somewhat entertaining in personality, it's a lot easier to grow, despite whether you're good or not, right? And there's some people who just don't have those skills, but their knowledge is there. But because they don't have those skills, they don't make content creation for whatever reason. They never get to express those, and people don't actually get that knowledge. Whereas there could be someone, I will put myself in here, that occasionally will say something that may or may not be 100% correct. It does happen. And basically, because they're in that position to share the knowledge, what I'm saying is some people will just miss out. Along with RNG on who gets targeted at the start, I feel Bush modded for having higher offense and potency with a speed set, of course, would be more of a deal breaker than tenacity. I mean, I can see that. I personally, I just like the tenacity and Chrysanthemum. I'm more than happy to say go for defense or health, whatever. But you should at least have a tenacity cross. put it this way: if you're using Lord Vader, or if you're using Trench, which both work perfectly fine as well. I mean, you guys saw it yesterday's stream. I didn't check the tenacity of Chrysanthemum. I took Lord Vader in, and oh yeah, 100%. For both of those comments, she sent them both at the same time. Yeah, you would have seen yesterday's stream. I didn't check the mods. I took Lord Vader in. I failed to get buff immunity, and that's basically the loss. And that's why tenacity can shut down on certain teams. Rabbit Beaver's Night Sisters failed because of his opponent's bush went for Marin. Yeah, that can also happen. Someone else said that happened to them as well. That's just a Night Sister thing, though. That can happen with anything. You know, we've been using Night Sisters for Queen Amidala, and we got lucky that they didn't target Marin. But that's also where you can mod Marin in ways that make it easier. So the high tenacity of Marin, crit avoidance on Marin, higher relics as well, make a bit of a difference there. Just keeping her alive, because if she stays alive and everyone else dies, every team is going to be pretty good to do. Eventually, I might take my Marin up to like R8, R9 just because of the crit avoidance boost she gains. But at the same time, I don't want to touch it because I'm going to try the Night Sisters versus Queen Amidala again. I'm starting to wonder if there's some sort of priority that I'm not aware of, or if I've just got extremely lucky. It could be either. But if there is a priority, I don't want to go and relic her higher and then have them just start killing her at the gate instead. So, only more testing will show the case there. Again, I've already said it before. I would like to see a bit of tenacity or a bit more speed here. I think you need one or the other. Buff immunity is kind of a shutdown here. For Morgan. What else do we have to look at here? Nothing really else. Yeah, there's nothing else I want to have a look down there. What is your layer like? Yeah, this potency of health. That's interesting. Potency with health with a decent amount of tenacity. No, it's just 26%. That's not crazy. And that's literally just a case of the mods having good tenacity. Can you R9 Bane? What, this person? This isn't my account, but I'm assuming they probably could. Bane R9 would make a difference. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything too crazy here. Luthen. Alright, where are they? And Michael, are you still on your way home, or how are we looking here? Just want to know when I can start doing your review. Because we're coming up to like 20-25 minutes here. The speeds seem fine. Dark Side Ray I'm not going to comment too much on. I'm still undecided of speed health only, or offense health. I'm going to give it like another month or so of looking at gameplay before I make my comment on there. A comment didn't pop up. Sometimes it just gets removed. It's not me, it's YouTube. Sometimes YouTube will just randomly remove comments. It's normally if you post links or numbers, if either of those are put. That's normally what causes it. Right, let's go ahead and I want to go quickly do a battle here. See if there's something we can go and mess around against. Right, let me try this real quick. just while I wait for responses there. Where are you? Oh, there we go. You, and you. Oh, we can take a TM cron, that's fine. Alright. Mods are a pain. Oh, yeah. I've already read that one. I mean, he's gonna die, isn't he? Oh, wow. How did he actually stay alive? That's pretty crazy. Well, unfortunately, we can't ignore any taunts here. We can still do this.
No.
I'm wondering... He's gonna ult very early. See, I don't think without the Gak Omicrons this has any chance. But then again, the Arnon and Paz could be the difference maker here. Is that gonna kill... Yeah, it does kill Royal Guard. Cool.
No.
I'm kinda lucky that he didn't,
No.
do anything else there. I'm a little bit worried about...
No.
I'm a little bit worried about more.
No.
Especially as Bo's just not really, helping me out here, guys. No! In Gak, I think we can free man it. Okay, cool, that's what I wanted to do. Can I see your Naboo raid teams? I don't really have good ones. I'll show you. Oh, that's territory one. I didn't do all my attacks actually last time around. I normally get around about 3 million. I was on a break from the game. I never built the teams. I couldn't beat Smuggler Run 2 for yesterday, first day with Jabba Relics. I tried for hours, no success. You don't need all the relics and everything. You basically just stall it out. It's hard to explain. I did it for a while with basically like a War 5. You basically just put it on like auto basic, and Jabba just kind of helps you out because he keeps on healing and protection upping on the weakest ally. And then you stall until you get ultimate, and then you just use the ultimate and then auto basic. It happens. It happens. I reckon in Gak we can 3-man a Lord Vader with our bow because of the Arnon and Paz. Considering Paz would also be taunting in Grand Arena as well at the beginning. Oh, someone did an Arnon and Rey in the guild. That's pretty cool. Love that. Alright, we're waiting for Michael to send out a code. Guys, I'm going to quickly go switch the accounts. So I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Sorry, I was looking into the other account. It's not as easy as when BlueStacks was being used. I haven't done my dailies on my free-to-play, so I'm going to quickly go do them while we talk. $1 is fine. There's no price limit. It's literally just a case of me saying thank you to you guys. Hopefully this hasn't just crashed. Here we go. We're loading. So yeah, just while we talk for the next 5-10 minutes, I'm quickly going to do all my dailies because I haven't had a chance to log on today. I literally started to stream as soon as I got home from work today, so yeah, I haven't done everything I should have done. Also need to make sure I'm signed up to the first GAC on this account. That'll be fun. Also, I didn't know you could even donate with Google Play Points. That's pretty cool. That is news to me. There you go, guys. Look at that. First GAC sign up. It's beautiful. What do we have here? Yeah, item shards is actually pretty cool. Right. Let me just quickly do my my dailies, guys, and then we'll get rolling with some more reviews. Because I don't want this all to go wasted. Because that would be kind of lame. Let's do that. Oh. Did I hear you? No, I can't hear you. I think Thomas is driving. Or are they not? I don't actually know. Right, anything here we need to buy? Yeah. Oh no, we don't have any currency. So we can't buy that. That's kind of lame. We can buy... Where is she? Where's Rolo? Right. Almost have Rolo unlocked. That'd be really cool. Galactic War Store. Nice. We want that. Fleet Store isn't refreshed yet. This one we can now buy. Grand Arena. There's nothing. Shard Shop. There's nothing we can do there. Mods. I do want to do free mod refreshes today. I just want to get some offense mods. Yeah, actually, please do stop with the spamming. It's kind of annoying.
Are you ready to throw another GAC?
Sweet. Oh, thank you so much for the $1. I guess it worked. Go ahead, push your allocator. We'll take a look. We'll take a look from the realm with the free to play, I guess. Alright, while I'll wait for your allocator, I'll just quickly go in there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how, but thank you so much, man. I do appreciate it. Oh. Yeah, 7 speed's not bad. That's actually a decent mod. Rolling offense there. Alright. Yeah, just type your ally code normally then and we'll take a look. I'm gonna keep that. My god, these are so bad, man. Why are you not giving me... Alright, we'll take a look at them later. What other stuff does quick? You need to refresh before we do your review. Quebec, you need to be done. 6 shards is pretty cool for today. Marin needs some love. Let's go ahead and do you. Where's... Oh, we can go ships. It's a little bit easier, isn't it? Alright, Iden needs to be farmed. Lovely. And then where's the bomber? The bomber's here. Cool. Let's quickly go and finish that. Sweet. And then let's go over here. Go here. Do these. Awesome. That's all of our energy spent, guys. Look at that. Successful. Let's sim these. And I'm still waiting for the alloc code, by the way. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing. I'm not going to bother doing this today. I know. So I tried to do it this morning. I just don't have good enough fleet yet. And this, we can just send whatever in. Alright. I guess we could play through this. Shouldn't be too hard to beat this, should it? Let's go ahead and do this one. There we go. Cool. There's your alloc code. Beautiful. Thank you so much for the alloc code there. What is it we're looking at today, by the way? Just so I have an idea. Go ahead and burn. God, this... I hate the Phantom in the early game. Seriously. It's so painful to deal with. Alright, let's call you in. No one's target locked, so this isn't going to really do a lot, is it? Oh, now we have target lock. Cool. Oh man, I hate fleets in the early game. I mean, I just hate fleets in general. It's not even an early game thing. It's just so painful. Basic, burn them again. And then we just need to kill you off. Just basic, why not? And then, can we kill you off? Yeah, cool. Sweet, alright. We'll do Michael first, Haze, only because, obviously they did give it like an hour ago. And then we'll do you straight after. Sweet. Right, so let me go ahead and... yours there, just so I have it ready. That's Haze's, and Michael is here. Alright guys, let's go take a look. Are we looking at Grand Arena, or what are we looking at in particular today? Just so I have an idea, guys. Oh, we might actually be able to finish this. That might be worth it. To finish before the season ends, which is in 16 hours. Is that another Omicron? Ooh, that's actually really good for us. Because that's this Omicron. And we're going to get one more, so we're going to be at 6. It's not bad. Anything on good advice? Well, hopefully we can give you that. Alright, let's go ahead and bring up your account. Okay. Sorry for the little detour there, guys. I just wanted to go on and get all that done while I had a chance. Okay. So the next account review, I will time code it in case you ever want to come back and watch the review at any given point. To good advice on a young hand, please. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I don't want everyone to have that power. Well, we beat Reaver with it this week, and I think that would be because I never really thought of using it against Reaver. I think that would work regardless of data crunch as well. Okay, 10.4 million GP. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do with you what I did earlier on. Also, I have no idea how your ally code actually sent without getting blocked by YouTube. There, there's kind of some hacks there. Profile, ally code, bang, chuck it in. Let's have a look here. See what that looks like. You use C for Reaver? Well, we use Young Hand. We are not the same. Right. So, okay. First impression. There's not many 14s. There's not many 25 plus mods. There's not many 15s. The 10s is okay. Relic levels isn't bad. Data crons, that's good amount of rerolls. I like that. Like I said with the first account we looked at, rerolls shows you're actually looking into data crons. Because anyone can go and level them up to level 9, but if you're really serious and reroll them, there's a difference. Yeah. Don't free Bob, throw away the key. I don't know about that one. We'll see. Because they've already been let out of jail once. Okay. Okay, Malgus. Ezra, that's good. No Leviathan, but there is profundity. Okay. What do you have an Afra? Okay, we're in the same position as the account earlier, where we do not have this one. We went for these two. So these are good. I mean, you get the damage immunity. You also get the immunity to ability block and healing immunity, which is nice. I don't know. I'm still very mixed on which of Afras are actually the best. I do like her special because it is obviously the ramping damage because of potency gain and everything else. You like to focus on everything. Well, that's always good to see. R9 Dark Troop is very interesting. What's his offense, though? Yeah, I mean, that's good offense. Okay, that's good. I was about to say it. Ooh. Why have you got protection and not offense? I will be honest, I would be going for an offense primary. It's a platoon. It was a meme for your guild, also platoons. I mean, yeah, but JKL is a good R9 to have. Dark Troop is an interesting one. But I would at least switch this to an offense primary. Make some use out of it. I mean, he is not the worst R9 I've ever seen. Greymo's is there. IG's there. Merrin's there. How's Merrin modded? I honestly think stats are the most important thing for Merrin. Because, guys, just remember, Merrin doesn't have speed. We've already spoken about this already. So on characters who literally don't need speed, the primary stats are what you should be looking at. So you're looking at crit avoidance, tenacity, potency. Those are basically the only things you really need on Merrin. Hondo's got his Cron. Okay. Because you have Hondo's Cron, I would drop the speed set and I would run him offense or tenacity or a hybrid of both. Reason being, his Cron is giving him TM. 50% in 3v3 and 100% in 5s. So there's no reason to be running a speed set because he's going to be getting turn meter. And the thing of Hondo is once he takes the first turn, that's him sorted. You don't need that speed set. So you can run that on someone else. Savage. Okay. Yeah, this is just where you need more 6-dot mods. If I bring up your little tool here, I mean, 300 6-dots is a lot. Like, for your GP, it's not like you're not 6-dotting. I'm just wondering where they all are, though. Because we've now been on quite a few characters and they just don't have them. This is a good mod. Interesting on Phasma. Like, that would be a good Nisa mod. That could be a good Rex mod. Because Rex just needs speed. I mean, he doesn't necessarily need the crit chance, but it is nice. Kyle R8 I do actually really like. I've got this myself. Again, offense is much nicer on him because he's gaining so much TM. Especially at R8, people will be thrown off by how hard he actually hits. Okay, and then that's the bottom of your roster. We have a decent amount of GLs. I like that they're high relic. Reaver. Things I don't like about this will go 1 Conquest, 2 Karatech, 3 Naboo Raid, 4 mods. Fair enough. I'm with you on almost every single one of those. Especially with 1 being Conquest. Crit chance primary is hard to overlook on a crit damage with 8 speed, you know? You don't know what to focus on next? We'll get there, don't worry. We shall get there in a second. Alright guys, 1 second. If anyone else does donate today, it's not going to get a review. Because the stream is going to be ending in the next sort of 40 minutes. Cool. Okay. What to focus on next? Do you have Balin? No. Balin makes the most sense. You got the mercenaries built, right? No. I would do Balin. You've already got... I'm going to count this as done. I'm going to count this as done. Five shards away? 5 shards away from what? Great advice and work out something solid info. Well, I'm glad I could give you some good advice, man. And I appreciate you coming around to the stream and listening and participating. It always makes it more fun. I'm not freeing Bob right now. I don't even know how to. I'm not gonna lie. No, like I said, I don't mind people messing around, but like when it impacts the quality of the stream, what can I do? Unfortunately. Right. What are we? Darth Bane. Ah, yeah, okay, I remember you saying that earlier. The only other one is Thrawn. Do you have a Thrawn at Relic? You should do. Yeah. So you're basically ready for Balin. So I would say Balin should be your next big farm. Because you have everything else ready. Darkseid Ray has 2 Omicrons. Yeah, this one's good, but you don't necessarily need it. Queen Amidala triple Omicron. She's reasonably fast. R8's nice. That is good there. You've actually got more R8. I would even say taking your Padawan Obi-Wan Master Qui-Gon to R9 would be a benefit to you. And you definitely have the materials because you got these all at R9. And personally, I would be doing Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan to R9 before I even think about JMK Kylo. Yes, because the second you take these 2 to R9, Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan, well, you're getting passive R9. So, you know, after if you're not spending money or crystals, that one's up to you. I think it's worth it, but that one's up to you. If you have the materials, do all 3 of them. If you don't have the materials, just do 2 of them. But the thing is, once these 2 are R9, within 4 months, you've got your R9 back in terms of investment, right? And then after those 4 months, every month, you're just getting more and more return on investment, right? Obviously, if you're refreshing within like 2, what's it if you're refreshing? No, I think it's the other way around. Anyway, within 4 to 5 months, you're basically breaking even, and then from that point onwards, it's just passive income, which is really nice. And obviously, if you refresh, you're speeding that all up. So 100% recommend the R9s on these 2. And I understand it's RNG, it's not guaranteed what part you get. Maybe it is 1.2 years. No, it's not that. No, hold on. Let me think through the math because I don't want to tell you guys the wrong information. So the event comes around once a month, and it gives you 10 pieces of 1 R9. So you would need 4 months to break completely even on 1 R9. But again, that depends on what you consider breaking even. Because if you got extremely lucky in those 4 months, because everyone's going to get to the point where they have loads of the computers, loads of the droid brains, but they don't have many of the computers, right? Because that's the expensive part. So you could break even, technically, you could break completely even for your R9 in 4 months without refreshing. Because you could get the computers 4 months in a row, so 50% chance to get either. Because those are the ones that people, you know, those are the ones that are expensive. Because if you're in a good guild for TW, which you probably are if you're doing R9s, you're going to be getting the actual R9 mats themselves like crazy. I mean, I know people with like hundreds and hundreds, they can't spend them. Obviously to break fully even, you're looking at, what is that, 8 months? Because you need 40, so you need 80 materials. So it's 8 months. But if you're refreshing, you would fully break even within 2 months. Oh, sorry, 4 months. Or potentially within 2 if you get lucky. I don't know, that depends on how you consider breaking even. For me, I consider it once you've got back the little computer ones. I can't remember what they're called on top of my head. So yeah, I mean, it's not 1.2 years though. So it's still 100% worth it because it's passive income. And again, it's not even like it's expensive to refresh. You're looking at 1,000 crystals. What is it, 1,990? It's something like that. I can't remember. I should know because I did it. I'm constantly refreshing Cantina for relic mats. Yeah, but you should already be doing that. Once you're at your stage, once there's no more Cantina farms to do, you should be doing 1 to 2 refreshes minimum just on signal data. So I had to quickly turn off the camera there. Yeah, so it's not 1.2 years. I was kind of wrong, but kind of right on the 4 months. I couldn't remember on top of my head. So yeah, if you do the math, you're looking at like 8 months to fully break even. But again, it just depends on what you consider breaking even. Either way, it's still, because if you go the 8 months, no matter what, even if you didn't get like a full piece, you would have got 80 material mats back. It's still worth doing. It's still worth doing 100%. Also, bear in mind, it wouldn't really make much of a difference, but you're also getting that additional crystals as well. I'll get it up on here so I can show you guys. Let me get it up on here just so I can show you guys what we're talking about. It's easier if I do it this way. So obviously this was made by Gerbil. I've shown this quite a few times. So, you're getting 100 crystals. It's 5 mats, not 10. Yes, actually I was wrong. I'm sorry about that, guys. For some reason I thought it was 10. Anyway, so basically that does mean it would be 8 months for refreshing. It would be 16 months without. It's kind of awkward. I don't mean to ever give you guys the wrong information, but hey, it happens. It's because I refreshed it. I completely forgot that when I got the 10 this month. But again, still, it depends on how you work it out. You could break even in 4 months. You could break even in 8 months. You could break even in 16. It's still worth doing no matter what, because over time is passive income. And the reason it's so good is because if you do get the keypads, gifting 5 memberships, are you crazy? Oh my guy. What?
You just can't stop young Han,
Thank
guys.
you so much for the gifted memberships, man. Do appreciate it. Just out of nowhere as well. Man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome to all the new members.
You just can't stop young Han, guys.
I'll let it play through before we continue. Time for me to head out. Man, thank you so much for the gifted members. I have no words, man. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the generosity from you. And I'll see you in the next stream. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, I do apologize for giving you the wrong information for 10 versus 5. It's still worth applying. Getting them, because honestly, getting the keypads, even if you get them, even if you get 5 a month, that for me is worth it. Because it's passive. And obviously if you refresh, and then don't forget you also have the 100 crystals you're getting, you also have the 5 million credits you're getting. It does all add up together. So yeah, I 100% recommend the R9 there. anything that's passive income, I always recommend. Obviously, when it comes to Queen Amidala, that's up to you. She does do pretty good. Guys, can we like stop with the fake accounts for a little bit? Because I'm losing track of the chat. And apparently there's no mods today. Do you think I should maybe focus on another farm or going for Balin? Alright, 1 second. Oh, I don't want to. Give me 1 second here. Alright. And. Okay, cool. Alright, why is this now not loading? There we go. Yeah, I just timed it both out. Because I can't read the chat. It's nothing personal. I can't keep up with the chat because there's too much spam. Hard nodes funds will take time. I would say continue doing some Cantina refreshes. I would use this time to relic up your characters because you're 10 million GP. You have a good amount of Galactic Legends. You don't necessarily need that right now. I would do the relic levels. For example, Gungans obviously need higher relic levels. Have you finished them ready for Jar Jar? Okay, no, it's just Tarple's relic. So let's ignore that for now. Chrysanthe needs higher relic levels. Malik needs higher relic levels. Aglan, what do you think about the special missions in Rote? Is it worth farming for those missions? Yes, if you're in a guild that can do them en masse. But if it's just you, no. But if you're in a guild where 10 to 15 people can do them, then yeah, it's worth farming. Because it adds up. It's like a cumulative, right? Good question, though. Like, if you're for example, I'm the only person on my guild that can do the R7, R8, or R9 Young Han special mission, or Smuggler special mission. So I get like 15 of the currency. 15 on its own is worth nothing. But if you had 10, 20 people who do that, all of a sudden you get 150 to 300. And that does make a difference. That's like 5 Karatech. That's just given to you. And obviously it scales. So it doesn't sound like a lot right now. But it would work out a lot in the grand scheme of things. So I don't think it's worth farming the special mission teams specifically. Unless you're in a guild that can do them en masse. I hope that kind of answered your question. Obviously, special missions, you've got clones have one. Dash, Young Han, L3, Kira have one. They all go throughout all the tiers. Night Sisters, is that a special mission? Or is that just a regular one? I think that might be a special mission. But you can also just use the Great Mothers team for that. That works really well. Obviously, the Inquisitor one is one worth doing. I think it's also a question of which ones do you prioritize. I think the Rebel Fighter one is worth it with Saw and Luthen, because that's such a good team. There's no reason not to have it at R7. I think the Inquisitor one is worth doing, the R8 one. But I wouldn't go out and say do R8, R9 Smugglers, for example. So I would have a look, like sit down and think to yourself, like, do any of these teams really benefit me at high relics? If the answer is yes, then do it. But yeah, I do think they're good. I think it's worth farming them if your guild is doing them en masse. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry. Is Levy honestly worth it at that point? It's not so much... I mean, Levy is worth it. It's not so much is Levy worth it for you. It's more a case of Malik and these sorts of carrots are just good at higher relics, right? Relic 7. Ezra is good at higher relics. Jabba's team would be fantastic. I would say as a rule, any team that's a GL team should be R7 or higher. So for example, if you had a look at your Hut Cartel, Chrysanthemum, Leia, Embo eventually should all be going to minimum R7, right? It makes a big difference in the way they hold. If we take a look at your Leia team, Again, the team around her, R7, R8, is where you should be aiming. If we take a look at, I don't know, your Jedi team, your JML, you've already kind of done it. But again, relic levels are important. We spoke about that a lot earlier in the stream when we looked at the comparisons. It does make a big difference. But the reason it's so big for GL teams is because they influence the mastery so much. So for example, say we looked at a Ben Solo, right? His mastery is accuracy, crit chance, and damage, right? And damage is just offense. So if he's high relic, he's going to have one higher offense by default, but he also has a higher mastery level, which means whenever this is increased, the output's higher, right? So that's why you're going to want them. I don't think you don't have Lord Vader, but again, same thing there. His team requires higher relics. So I would say rather than speeding away and farming the next big thing, I would say if you want 2 farms to kind of fill out, Gungans would be quite good, honestly, in your position. Because you already have 1 at relic, you only need 3 more done. You already have 3 of the Zetas done, so you need 2 more Zetas there. Getting Gungans done would benefit you quite a lot, and I think getting the Balin team finished would also benefit you. And then while you're doing that, I would fill out the rest. Yeah, I mean, Leviathan would be good, but again, it depends. Do you have the R9 saved? Because, I'll be honest, if you have the R9 saved and everything else is done, I don't actually know how close you are on the ship, so I haven't really checked here. Yeah, you still have quite a bit to do, but say you're in a position where you could just apply those 2 R9s and be done. That would be awesome. You would have Leviathan straight away. But if you're in a position where you're going to be waiting a while, I would still do Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, get those done. Because the thing with passive income is the sooner you start getting it, the more you're going to benefit from it. It's the same reasoning I used for Jabba in the past, when he came out. The sooner you get him to unlocked, the sooner you're going to have that constant income of mods, right? And it's the same with these guys. The sooner you get them done, the sooner you have the benefits. Because if you're not spending money, we already discussed it, despite me incorrectly calculating it at the beginning, it does take a while for the rewards to come in and be gaining, right? Unless you're refreshing. So the sooner you get them done, the more you're going to benefit. I hope that kind of answers your question. Gungans, yeah, Gungans are worth farming. And the good thing is you don't even need Jar Jar. Like, they're just a decent team without him. Are they game breaking? No, but they're a good mid-tier team to have. And I think mid-tier teams get overlooked a lot with this game. One thing I've noticed with mods is hard to get them to 6 dot. Yeah, it is. But that's why you have the events. So you have the Jabba event, you have the Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon event. The other thing is, don't be afraid just to hold on to the mats and only slice when you get good mods come along. You don't need to be slicing every mod that hits 15 speed, for example. In fact, you'd probably benefit from taking it a little bit slower, a little bit easier, and waiting until you have a decent amount of mods. And then when it comes to slicing mods, prioritize primary stats as well. So for example, health primaries, offense primaries, crit avoidance primaries, speed primaries, because you're getting the biggest stat increase. If you want to learn about modding, go check out Captain Amazing on YouTube. Fantastic modder of the game. They do long streams, they remod accounts. You can even watch them remod my account if you wanted to do that. It's like a 3-hour stream. And they go through, they explain everything, they show you how to mod an account. It's fantastic, just to check on while you're doing the cleaning or whatever you do in your free time. Because everyone's always cleaning. Again, Basti Fallen needs higher relic levels. So that could also be really beneficial for you. So that's what I would do. I would do Balin, do everything else. You should be good. I don't think they've actually uploaded in a while. I think because they're in the military, I know that. So I think maybe they're just really busy. But they do make really good content nonetheless. I do recommend you check them out 100%. Right, is there anything else you want us to look at before we go to Haze's account? Because we're already 3 hours for the stream. It's pretty crazy. Considering I wasn't even going to stream today, guys. I was actually going to go to bed, but when I got home I was like, what can I do tonight? Live stream? That would be fun. And it's not me trying to rush you off your account. It's just, if there's anything else you want me to look at, we'll have a look. If not, we'll get Haze done. Maybe a quick glance at Gag. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. Right, let me get your Gag up real quick. Oh. Sweet. Here we go. So you are in Kyber 3. You're on a bit of a climb. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll have a look at the defenses. We'll see where it's gone wrong. 2,000 banners is a bit rough. Alright, this is... Yeah, don't set this. Especially if they have one pot of Macron. It's just you're waiting to be max banned. Reaver's fine to set. Yeah, snipes and banners, so it's not too bad. Jabber's always good to set. Try and mix it up with ability block crons, especially if you know your opponent is going to be using Kylo. Can influence that counter a little bit. I'm surprised you actually beat that. It's kind of crazy. Ray, I would say if you haven't already, go give my 3v3 defense video a watch, because I go really in detail and show some other lineups. This is one of the not the worst, but there's better Ray lineups you can be using. Interesting on the BAM Sanacron. I'm using my Sanacron with BAM lead and Hondo, and that's had some very good success for me. Great Mothers again. Queen Amidala, yeah. Just accept that you're going to be beating Bane, and honestly, if you can draw Bane with Queen Amidala, that's probably better than anything else you can do. Because he can beat Lord Vader, he can beat Leia, he can beat Rey. Dash, Hondo, BAM. I would actually switch it, and I would run BAM lead instead of Dash. Reason being, BAM lead's going to be given TM when everyone's hit, and it's also going to be given an offense boost, whereas Dash lead is just giving some small bonuses and a prepared, but you don't have the prepared team, so you're not getting as many bonuses as you normally would. Phasma, yeah, again, I wouldn't set this team. If you're going to set this, set it with crew lead. It's a much better team. It's going to snap a lot more banners. This is fine to set. I wouldn't set this. Night Sisters are too good to use on offense. I would run Towson, Asajj, and Merrin together. I wouldn't set this. So basically, I would use this on offense. This is a much better team for offense. And as you can see, 57 banners. You want to try and avoid setting teams that can be 57 banners to max banned, especially if it's in under a minute, because then it's just not going to work. This is okay. Yeah, actually sniped some banners, so it's not too bad there. I'm actually not against setting Ewoks. I think they're a good banner sniper, so I'd like that one. This is fine. This is okay. This is such a weird Executrix lineup. They didn't need to run that. Yeah, that's a bit strange. They would have actually been better off running Gauntlet. And this is okay. Let's go have a look at the round 2. Your opponent didn't do... Okay, yeah, you don't change your defenses. See, I like to change my defenses, but I'm also well aware that most people don't. You don't have to change them. Unless, like, you're right at the top of Kyber, no one's really paying attention. Or unless you face a streamer. But I think it's always nice just to change it up. Just to make it more fun. But basically, my advice is try not to set teams that be beaten in 30-odd seconds for like 56, 57 banners. Because if it happens more than once, it normally indicates that the team is just not worth setting. Especially, you know, like you're doing well on offense for banners. Let's go have a look at where you failed on offense for a second here. Oh, you just didn't actually attack on this one. We're at round 3. Here we go. So, JMK failed on Jabba. If you're not sure how to play this, start with the damage immunity on Cat, that's fine. Then do JMK, so switch this turn back to JMK and do the special on himself. That will give him enough ultimate charge for tier 1 ult. Save the insta-kill, use the tier 1 ult, insta-kill Leia, and chuck it on auto, and you'll win 9 times out of 10. I've seen a lot of people, they go for Chrysanthemum first, but the problem is, if he loots you in between and taunts, you're screwed. So you're better off saving the insta-kill, killing Leia, going back for Chrysanthemum. A nice win in the end. Yeah, that's not going to work, unfortunately. That's unlucky. But yeah, my advice is look at your defense. Try not to set teams that can be max bannered. You want to be setting teams like this. 52 banners is perfectly fine. Like, even if... yeah, I had a feeling that might be what happened. So yeah, my advice is play it the other way around. Slow it down. Save the insta-kill. You have the tier 1 ult. It allows you to ignore taunt. And if you JMK special on himself and freeze, he'll get ultimate before they kill you off. Yeah, you want to be setting teams that get like 52 banners, 54 banners, or just holds. That's like your best friend when it comes to setting defenses. You don't want to be setting teams like this. They get 57 all the time, because then you're just setting yourself up to lose. Especially when it's like setting an odd team that can be max bannered isn't a bad idea if you know your opponent is forced to use something. For example, Bane. If you know your opponent's going to use Bane and you have 2 teams that can be baned, it's worth it. But if you're in a position where it's being beaten by Troopers, or being beaten by Bad Batch, or being beaten by Iden for max banners, this is not something you should be setting. So what I'd recommend is go check out the video I made, because I literally go through like 20 teams and all the different lineups and show the hold rates and everything else, and lots of people found the video very interesting. If you just go to my channel, go to like most recent videos, scroll back like a month, it's my 3v3 defense team, and every time Grand Arena rolls around for 5v5, 3v3, I'm going to be doing an updated version, because defensively Grand Arena is my favorite thing, like defense planning, not so much offense. I prefer setting interesting teams. Right, I'm going to go do Haze's account because I'm getting tired, guys. It's nothing against you guys. It's just been a long day. So we're going to go do Haze. We'll do a proper roster review stream, like a really long one. Today's one was just a little bit quick. I understand that, but I do appreciate you all for coming around nonetheless, guys, and vibing and having some fun. Right, Haze, what do you want us to look at? We're going to try and get your review done within the next half an hour so that I can go to bed before 3 o'clock. That would be awesome. Okay, we have the BAM thing from earlier. Interesting. Oh, let me just save this because it's all time coded for later. You need to get to Kaiba. You're not in Kaiba yet? Okay. Let's go have a look at Grand Arena, because that's where the money's going to be made with this one, guys. Because we can have a look at your roster, but I feel like if I scroll through your roster, you should probably have an account in Kaiba based on 9 million GP. I mean, I've seen people with much less GP get there. So let's go have a look and see where this is going. So let's start by getting your account up here. Cool. Right, so Chromium, Erodium, you had a jump up to Erodium 2, and then you've fallen down again. Okay. I'll have a look at your farms in a second. Tools. Alright, what are you missing? Savage Omicron would make a difference. Force Dyad. Alright, let me go to your relic units. Okay. Right, I'm gonna be making a video in the next week or two going over GAC Omicrons and the fact that it's a misconception that you need them to be good. I always remember I spoke with a guy from Moore like a month I was gonna say a month ago, but I meant a year ago, And they basically showed me there's accounts in more that literally had 4 GAC Omicrons at the time, and they were still top 50, top 100 players for Grand Arena. Like, you don't need them, but I would say nowadays, there's 10, possibly 10, maybe slightly less. I'll do a video actually going over them. I don't want to talk about it today. It's too much to talk about right now. But there's probably around about 10 Omicrons you must have, and every other Omicron is optional. But if you do enjoy TW Omicrons, that's perfectly fine. But there are absolutely fundamental Omicrons you need. Force Dad's one. Lord of Betrayal is the second. If we scroll down, none of these. Nope. No. You already have Reaver, so that's one I was going to cross off the list there. But yeah, there's probably about 10 Omicrons. And even then, the list might be smaller because, I'll be honest, guys, I would not even include Wampa these days in that must-have bracket because of how hard they fall off in the end game. So, like, obviously, I'm talking end game perspective from the Omicrons, not necessarily mid game. But that would, for one, that's gonna impact your performance a lot. If you have a look at your Zetas and see what you're missing here. Yeah, I mean, I would say use this tool. If you see something that's 100%, you should probably be applying that. Because it normally means it's a must-have. If it's like 97, 96%, you can start to kind of hold off, but you probably still need it. But if it's 100% or 99%, yeah, you probably want to be putting that one on. Surprised you don't have Bound of Hatred there. In terms of your GAC stuff, let's go have a look here. So we want to be seeing where things go wrong on offense and where things go well on defense. You just have none right now? I mean, that's fine. That's perfectly normal. Right. Same as I said before, try to avoid setting teams that get max banned or soloed. Iden, Geos. If your opponent was smart, this would have been max banners. Interesting team that gets max banned. That's also a really bad use of Star Killer from your opponent. They could have saved Star Killer and used them elsewhere. The thing you got to bear in mind, and I mean this with all due respect, when you're not in Kyber, even if you are in Kyber, until you get to like K2, people just don't have the best understanding of the game. And you can really take advantage of that. Like, for example, your opponent did not need to run this. They could have soloed this, and they would have been fine. So they just give up so many banners just for free. Again, you could have soloed. No Malik even. That's yeah, exactly. But this is the point I'm making. Like, you don't need to set you don't need to set all GLs, but at least try and avoid to set this or this. You don't need to set this. Let's go have a look at the defense here. Again, look, 59. You see what I mean? Like, I just don't understand it. Would they not run Palpatine? This is what I mean. Just take advantage of the people that are down there. You know. Like, I don't know. Interesting counters. That's a weird team. And it still drew C. I just don't understand that one, if I'm honest. Let's have a look at your offense. Alright, so Layer on Ray is perfectly acceptable. Afra. You wanna know what beats Afra? It's very easy. And the best thing is you don't even need any Omicrons for it. If you want the cheapest Afra counter, just run Hux. You can run Hux lead, or just Hux as the support, and he will prevent the bonus turn from Afra. So as long as you go before her, you will be fine. You can run a Hux, Sith Trooper, Stormtrooper, Hux, Sith Trooper, TIE Pilot if you're the Omicron, but I wouldn't recommend applying it nowadays. But yeah, as long as you have his Zeta, which is going to be preventing enemies from getting bonus time meter, Afra won't take that turn. You'll most likely go before her and have some fun. Wookiee lead is fair enough. So that's a really nice Afra counter you can use instead of using your Seer team. You can also just run CLS. It's dead easy. Yeah, that's a good one. Dash from Bad Batch, okay, fair enough. Vader solo, nicely done. That's good. Sorry guys, didn't mean to yawn then. That's good as well. Right, Kylo and Jabba, that's unlucky. Damage immunity probably screwed you up there. Good win. That's a solo, nicely done. Okay. Alright, you got stuck on Jabba. Let's have a look at round one. Alright, one per solo on Grievous, nicely done. Leia on Rey. If it's a bad Rey lineup, you can probably find something else to do with her. Okay. Jabba's your main issue. You can do Traya with Scion and Nihilus, because that will most likely... Oh, you don't need Nihilus. You can also do Traya, Savage, Nihilus. Anyway, the point is Traya will basically guarantee the two-shot, because Leia will kill herself in like the first 2 turns, because she assists so much. She does all that max health damage based on herself. She goes down in a red, and then you just one-tap her. And at that point, you can then insta-kill Chrysanthemum, and you should be absolutely fine. Obviously, bear in mind, Traya's Omicron will not activate against Jabba. Once you're down to a lone Jabba, you can run Imperial Troopers. You can run Rebel Fighters. Is probably the easiest to do. The Cron will be a pain. Yeah, that just happens, unfortunately. You went up against this one. Bear in mind, when you face a team without Leia, your best thing you can do is you can assist out of the gates. So you want to know what would be a pretty good counter if you face this? I don't actually know if it would have worked, so I'll have a quick look for you here. Because this is, if I saw this team, this is what I would be running, if I'm completely honest. And that would be, I don't know if anyone actually tried it. Let's have a look. Someone did try it, and they lost, but it's because there was no gear. If I saw this team, and I was facing this team here, I would be running this. If you have the Omicron and if you have the relics. The reason being, you can daze them, prevent all the assists, all of that. And that just completely shuts down Jabba teams. And you can also assist on yourself and all of that fun stuff. So that's what I would have personally ran. But I haven't faced this team, so I don't know if it would have 100% worked yet. What else do we have? Because remember, the second you remove Leia, Jabba's losing so many bonuses, mainly preventing assists. Again, First Order would have been much easier because you could have stunned. You can then mass assist over here on Mob Enforcers, remove them nice and early. I understand Mob Enforcer is a good cron, and if we have a look at the insight again for the mob, like this team in general, if we have a look at non-GLs. African win. Night Sisters still wins perfectly fine. Starkiller can win because you can assist. Bone Mandalore wins because you can assist. So it seems to open up some counters and shut down some others. Why do you need to come and spam, man? Just go spam someone else. Lovely. Need Marin still? Yeah, you do. Alright. Like I said, I don't mind a bit of banter, you know, like messing around, but like, I can't read the chat, guys. I now can't see anything. There we go. Cool. All right, so you need Mirren still. That's finally loaded for me. Someone just said something. I just missed it. God, that just removed like 20 messages. All right. Let's go have a look at your account in game real quick. Reaver's good, Bane's good, all of this is good. I like Roller R8 with the Omicron. That's always nice to see. You said you're unlocking Bo, right? Or do you already have her? Or did you say Zetas? I can't remember what you said. You're unlocking her, right? You're waiting on Zetas. She's going to change your account massively because she can beat Rey, she can beat Lord Vader, she can beat some badly modded Leia teams. I'm going to have a video on that eventually once I get around to it. So that's always good to have. Yeah, the event is a bit of a pain. You need good mods and Zetas for sure. I did the event with all the Zetas. If you are someone who has a lot of relic materials, taking paths to R8, R9 does open up undermanning, so extra banners on offense. You can 3-man or 4-man most teams in 3v3 and 5v5, obviously, respectively. So it's always nice to have that. But yeah, I mean, you have a good account. I would say don't fret over not being in Kaiba just yet. I honestly think you can solve that by just... we're going to end the stream very soon because I'm quite tired. But yeah, you can kind of solve the issue. No, I only have one glass of whiskey, guys. And I don't normally drink. This is like the first drink I've had in like 2 months. I just don't really drink. But yeah, you can solve a lot of your issues in GAC just by looking at the teams you're setting. You know, if after 1 week, you have a look at what you set and then you realize, oh, this actually didn't do very well after all. Like, for example, say I went to my defense, right? From the last week. Now, you'll see I change mine all the time. But I'm always looking to at least be taking 1 to 2 banners per team. So for example, you know, Ray's just been very good for me personally. But if I'm seeing a team get beaten for max banners, like you can see this Grand Arena, no one max bannered. If I went to round 2 and I looked at the same thing, it's use the same method that I'm giving you guys. I'm always looking to not set a max banner team. Now there will be some, like I said, that will just draw out max banners. Normally it's GL counters, anything like that. Treya's always a good one to pull because you can only use Treya once, as long as you set something else Treya's needed for. But I like to kind of review my defense and be very methodical with my approach. And I think if you did the same, you would also be in a position where you could increase your chances. And then obviously just watch as many content creators, videos, whatever, as you can. Make sure you get a good variety of them in. Because if you watch only me, or watch only Nooch, or watch only Arnold, you're going to get that one perspective. And if you want to grow your account and get to the point where you're in Kaiba competing, it's good to watch a lot of people because you learn a lot of different counters. You know, you might watch Calvin Awesome or Captain Amazing or me or Newt or anyone, and you might learn a lot of stuff that you wouldn't have already known. Right. I feel like we covered a lot of details there, and it is quite late, so unless there is something you want me to quickly cover. Oh yeah, we can take a look at mods and then I'm going to end the stream after that. And as always, I know this review's a little bit shorter than normal. If you have any questions, just DM me on Discord. I didn't realise how late we was going to be streaming today. So I know that I'm going to get to the point where I'm just rambling for rambling's sake. In terms of mods, first impressions, not too bad. Yeah, that's a good Piet. Defense is useless on Revan. Like, don't even bother. It does nothing for him. Reason being, you're gonna have ferocity, and ferocity is minus 15% defense. So don't put him for defense. I love being methodical with my defense and offense. Sadly, my counter is hardly anything worth putting down. I mean, that's just part of the game, though. Eventually, you'll get there. You know, there's a lot of people who say, what's the point of planning for defense, because until your end game, you're not going to have them. Yeah, I know it's just speed, but defense mods are good. I would take them off. You don't need your Darth Revan to be 346. You could have him at 330 or even 320 and put a TM cron, and you're fine. Because these defense mods are good, and these are good defense mods. It's good protection, it's good offense, it's good speed, and it's literally useless on him. Why doesn't SOKR work? What do you mean? Against what? Unless I said something. But yeah, when you come to planning defenses, you can. There's nothing stopping you farming a team for defense. But that's also something you can do later on down the line, obviously. Right, your Kylo's good. Yeah, I would change the defense to literally anything else, but yeah, it's not bad. Especially as you've gone for the offense primary, so clearly you're caring about the stats. But defense is just don't bother on Darth Revan. That's a good GI though. I would also say on characters such as Rex, on characters such as, you don't really have anyone else that really qualifies for this. Basically, there's like a certain selection of characters who just don't care about mod sets. They only care about speeds. Mara, Captain Rex, Gideon, anyone like that. Don't worry if you're running a crit chance and tenacity mod if they're just kind of rubbish mods. Maybe you have a tenacity with potency primary or something like this. That would be good to have. I don't know if some of your messages aren't sending correctly, because I don't know, maybe you haven't sent anything since you asked if SOKR works. How's your Seer modded? Okay, she's modded reasonably well. And you said you need Merrin, right? You don't have Merrin. Oh. Yeah, I mean, she's gear 12. Yeah, I mean, Mara doesn't matter. Again, speed set's irrelevant on her. We've spoken about this only earlier when I don't know if you paid attention, or maybe you wasn't here. She doesn't have speed, so don't mod her for speed. Mod her for potency, tenacity. If you can get a crit avoidance strangle, that is the best. Arrow, that is the best you can do. Otherwise, health and protection, potency, tenacity, those are what you want on her. Do not bother with speed. It's completely useless on her. No, but it doesn't make any difference. I promise you, it makes no difference. And the reason I will show you. Right. Say, if we look at her kit. Is it here? Merrin has allies. Her speed is set to 0. She literally has 0 speed. Now, you could argue, well, technically, when she doesn't have allies, she does have speed, but that's where the Omicron comes into play, which you should be applying, where then you just basic and you just take infinite turns. That, again, isn't a case of her having speed. It doesn't mean anything. Like, speed does nothing. The TM is through the relic amplifiers, not through the mods. So you're gonna, whenever someone's defeated or revived, she's getting 50% TM, and then plus 2% per relic amplifier. And that again is actually on the defeated or revived character. It's not even on her. And then her other unique is giving TM when debuffed, which again can't be prevented. And it's not 10% at 300. It's not 10% at 500. It's literally just 10% TM. Just 10% of the bar will fill every single time. It's nothing to do with the mods. So just take the speed off her. She doesn't need it. Completely useless. Mod her for tenacity, potency, crit avoidance. Make her bulky. That's all she cares about. Oh. And this is getting boring now. Anyways, let's just continue having a look at a couple more mods and end the stream. Fives, yeah, you got to mod it well. Health and defense. Mara, we looked as well. This crit damage. Potency. I feel like you don't actually need potency because most of the time you're going to do tenacity down first and then do the stun. But again, it's nice. Datacron defensive team recommended. Right. Smugglercron is always nice. Nest with Ray is also really nice if you have Nest up and running. I've seen some crazy things with this team. Nest with Ray is very, very nice. Let me see if I can actually get up some data just to show you real quick. Right, where is it? Oh, that's ships. I don't want to go to ships, man. I want to go here. Right, so if you have Ray and Nest in there, 65% win rate. So obviously Seer Malakos with Starkiller will still win. They'll win basically any lineup. Starkiller struggles. When you don't have Starkiller in the Malakos lineup, it struggles. Leia's gonna win. JMK struggles. JML, yeah, you guys can see. This is a really, really good team. That will just buy you 3 wins. Other data ones that are worth farming, really just smuggler evasion crons. If you can shove 2 or 3 smuggler teams down, you're going to be laughing. I mean, you have Kira. You can set a Kira team. You can set a Dash team. You can obviously do Sana. So there's things you can do. Is it Zeta dependent? What, the Nest one? I would say obviously to an extent, but I think the Datacron in itself should kind of be carrying you there. If we had a look at Nest, I'll get up our Zetas here. So the unique is going to be making her ignore taunt and adding health to stacking, and the other one is going to be TM gain. So I would say you don't need the Zetas. You can probably get away without them on Nest because it's really the Datacron that's doing all the work here. Because normally Nest is just okay, but you're immune to max health reduction, you're assisting, you're getting crit damage stacking. Whenever she attacks, she's dealing special true damage. You got exposes, you got offense, and everything else. So like I would say just run that with Ben, with Ray, and you should honestly be laughing there. You can also, you don't have it, I was gonna say run it with Ezra, but you don't have Ezra. Alright, well if that's everything and you're happy, I'm gonna probably end the stream because I'm tired. So unless there's any final things you want me to have a look at, that will be the end of that. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much everyone for coming to the stream today. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Sorry for getting a little bit annoyed with the people in the chat at the end. I don't, like I said, I don't mind you guys messing around, and I want this to be somewhere fun for us all. But mainly when it's roster reviews, I find it very difficult to keep up with the chat when there's like 100 messages that are completely random. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's stream. I set up a raid. Go say hey to Troopers because I just saw their live, and yeah, I'll catch you on either tomorrow or Wednesday for some TW and then GAC. So thank you all for watching and have a glowing day, guys.